Other than that, the new season of Queer Eye came out. Start watching that. My God, that is just Niagara Falls.
Oh, it's intense.
John, do you want to put yourself in frame a little bit more?
Yeah.
Soft opening. Do you feel like it's really loud? Or is it just right?
I think it's right?
I think it's good.
All right. Yeah. I mean, if it's too loud, they just turn it down, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, just turn down your fucking volume.
Well, now I'm not in frame, John. Jeez.
You are in frame.
The only person in
Look
frame
at our
here,
shoulders.
No, I was
We
just
have the
joking.
same amount of shoulder.
Yeah.
It's a perfect sandwich. It's beautiful. And hello. We're
Welcome back to the sandwich.
Episode 3.
Yes.
Well,
300.
2.3, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, 2.3.
This is season 2.
Let's call it season 2. Season 2,
Yeah.
episode 3.
Season 2 sounds good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Our early work, that was like the pilot, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really have everything put together, but we're getting there.
Developing characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just
Remember-
trying to figure out who Eric is, really.
What we were talking about last week was how season 3 is the definitive season of any great TV show. Like, you probably nail down the best episodes of a TV show to season 3, season 4, maybe season 5. A lot of good shows, of course, have like a good season 1, season 2.
I can't wait for our season 3. We just got to get past this hard part, and then we'll be...
Yeah, we're going to have a beautiful season 3.
So I was thinking about this week, and like I wanted to bring it up to you guys again because I started watching Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Right? Good. It's so far it's good, but it's season 1.
Okay. Have you seen it before? Or is this your
No,
first
this is
time?
my first time.
Okay.
It's okay so far. I mean, it's season 1.
It's a
But
bit
why
long.
is it seasons like the series just don't get good till like around season 3?
Yeah, I think we
Like-
talked about this last time,
like-
too. It's true.
I just don't know why they can't just off the bat just all right, no character development, that will come later. Let's just start this shit good.
Hell yeah. I don't know.
Right? Create some mystery in their characters.
It's tough, yeah, because then you got to really like stick into it and put your heels down and like get past the tough parts and
Mm-hmm.
to where it gets good. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. I guess just as far as like establishing characters and like story and where it's going to go, because I'm sure like they don't have a whole storyline planned out from, start to end on where the show's going. So it probably just takes like a minute to find your bearings. And
So yeah. So there is that. So then I ask you this question because I thought this to myself. I was like, would you rather have 8 seasons of Game of Thrones with their arcing storylines and everything, or would you rather have 3 movies, 3 hours long, like Lord of the Rings style?
oh, good point. Damn. Now, are we talking theatrical Lord of the Rings or extended? version?
Either or.
Distinction.
I mean, let's just go.
Quite the distinction.
Okay.
Either or extension. We could do that.
All right. Geez, I don't know. Probably, I would probably go the movie route because you can get through it faster.
Yeah, I would probably have seen Game of Thrones if it wasn't several seasons with several episodes, each episode being about 2 hours long.
Yeah.
And it has about the same, since it is episodic, there's no real like conclusion to all of it. So I never get through it because at the end of the episode, I'm like, well, now I just have more questions. And of course they want to create suspense and stuff, but it's like, goddamn, I don't have all that time in the world.
Are you a
Like,
Throner at all? Do you watch it religiously?
No.
I barely.
It's
I
too
got
long.
into it late. I got started last year because Emily is really into it, and I've never seen it before. So we kind of sat down, just binge watched everything. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I thought it was really good.
It's high quality.
Yeah, kept
for
your
sure.
interest, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. I would keep with it. It's pretty good.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. I just, sometimes you just want the
Yeah.
whole storyline.
It definitely
within
it gets better as it goes
Well, of
farther.
course,
yeah,
because,
as they all
season
do.
3.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe
yeah.
we can create a like fan edit of like just take all the seasons of
And
Game of
merge
Thrones.
them into a trilogy of movies.
Yeah, a trilogy of movies for people who don't want to sit down for literally 40 hours.
Yeah. But that begs the question,
That'd be
like
good.
last week, when I was like, oh, you know what Batman needs is a Netflix series. It's like,
Mhm.
maybe it doesn't. Because, can we really do all that already told character development with the Batman movie? Can we really do that? Because everyone knows the story of Batman. Can we
Yeah.
really do a episodic series with it.
Batman Beyond.
I mean, not without retreading old ground. I guess there's like really no way to do it.
Yeah, kind of like Spider-Man, Spider-Verse. It was a way for them to kind of ditch the Uncle Ben dying, and we all know that, and it's a good story. But
it's tough, yeah, because right, you keep retreading, especially nowadays. Like usually, if they're gonna remake something, you wait for like at least a generation to go by before attempting it. Now it just seems like, hey,
just
that
whenever
didn't
you
work.
want.
Yeah.
Next week, and we'll just reboot it and do another one.
Right. Studies are showing people would see another Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Make another.
Yep.
Do it again.
One more.
Yep.
Another.
Lots of questions, man. Lots of questions. It's interesting. It's an interesting topic. It really
Yeah,
is.
it is. I think that's still like. I mean, I thought I would. I don't know. There's that Gotham show, right? I've only seen a couple episodes. I couldn't get into it. So I don't know
Yeah,
if
it's
that works or
it's
not.
watchable, but I just don't like that Bruce Wayne is a kid, and I
Yeah.
get he's a genius, but I just don't like movies with kids that are just way out of the realm of intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Like they do that with a lot of movies of all kinds of genres. Like it's usually like a comedy trope where the kid is like the voice of reason, and it's okay when it's a comedy trope in my opinion, but when they use that as like a defining character trait and they like progress the story because this one kid is like way over the top intelligent, and it's clear that the it's not a kid talking but a writer sitting at a desk. Like,
Yeah.
that just kind of aggravates me. Like a kid would never know that. How would a kid have that experience?
I'd still kind of like to see
Like
like
about the crime world.
a live action version of like kind of what Batman the Animated Series was, just like really episodic, and do something maybe that does incorporate like some of the history and a lot of the past, but tells new stories, and maybe like you can time jump back and forth. Are you guys like Arkham game fans at all?
Yeah, I played the first three.
I mean, I love them, especially the first one, Arkham Asylum. It's pretty much like
That one's amazing.
yeah, I like that's the kind of probably Batman movie I'd like to see. It's pretty much like Batman gets stuck in Arkham Asylum, and you have the whole rogues gallery, just like all around, and you fight him. It's like pretty much Die Hard with Batman in it.
Mhm.
That's a great idea. But they did the Arkham Origins, and I don't know if you guys ever saw the trailer for that. It starts off with like a young Bruce Wayne, and like he's like getting his ass beat, and then it like keeps it just holds on his face the whole time, and like the camera's zooming out, and it like time jumps between like that, and then like all of a sudden he's at his parents' funeral, and like it just keeps going back and back and back till eventually he's like Batman, like fighting criminals. That like 30-second trailer was probably the best Batman movie I've ever seen in my life. It's so good.
Well, I guess if you do like an episodic with no arcing storyline, like how Star Trek is, it's episodic. Every episode has its different story, and there's really
Has
no
its
arc at all.
resolution
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
not at
at the
all.
end.
Maybe
That'd be great.
that would work. More of like a Twilight Zone or Fringe when it first started. There, like maybe there's a really really soft arc,
Mhm.
but it's not the whole point of the show.
That'd be cool, and you could take it
That
a
way
step
you can
further.
jump in at any time, and you're not really missing anything.
Yeah,
from
you,
it.
you might like maybe miss some of like the super like the soft arcs, but other than that, like you'd still be able to enjoy the show.
That'd be cool. And
For
do
sure.
it like the old 60s Batman where you have like guest stars and stuff for the villains. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
that'd be great.
You could take it a step further, make it different style in each episode. That's
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah.
really big
Yeah,
now,
that
like
would be
with
good.
Black Mirror and
Yeah.
this other show that I just watched on Netflix called Love, Death, and Robots.
I haven't seen it, but I saw
Amazing
an ad for
series. It's all individual animators and storylines. Each episode is like completely different, stylizing wise and everything, but they all have like the same overarching genre. It's this very adult science fiction,
That's
and
cool.
has a lot of nudity, has a lot of cursing and stuff, but the stories themselves are fucking amazing.
Nice.
And I feel like that's something a lot of shows should start doing.
Mhm.
Like really let the artist take control and do what they want to do and have the
Yeah.
idea that they want to do, because I think with that you can have the artistic episodes for everybody, and then like corporate can have one of their episodes that like pushes their little agenda or whatever they want, and then you can go back to the artistry. Like there's a lot of room for discovery, I think, and like a lot of room to write about
Yeah, that'd be
different worlds and stuff, and it won't be so what's the word, like just chained down, you know?
Yeah.
Like you can really just go anywhere with it,
And
and that's
like,
intriguing.
Have like different directors too that have always wanted to tell their own Batman story, and they can do it.
Yeah.
Just give them free reign to do it in their own style.
We can have like an Adam West Batman. It's hilarious. There's jokes at every turn, and then
Yeah, do
next
like that.
week
You can have like
you have gritty as fuck old school
you
Batman.
can even have like a
killing
different person
people.
playing Batman the whole time. It's just like different.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so that would be cool. There's your idea right there.
I like
Oh,
what
yeah.
you guys are doing.
Listen
Yeah,
up, Hollywood.
If you have a chance and you are above 18, you should definitely watch Love, Death, and Robots.
I'll check
It's
it out.
above 17, isn't it? Or is
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
It's like NC-17.
Oh, is it really NC-17?
Oh dang,
Like,
There's some Bush.
dang.
I think it's TVMA because it's a TV show, so it wouldn't be NC-17 since it's not a cinema.
so it's past rated R then.
Yeah, it's pretty much not rated. It's pretty horrendous, but
Most Netflix stuff is.
I
Yeah.
think when they hired all the people for this project, I think it was explicitly stated in their contract that you need to include at least like 6 F words, has to have some boobs, maybe a dick or bush, whichever you prefer, because every single episode has a flash of dick or a flash of tits or like says the F word 1,000 times. Like they were really pushing adult oriented animation because like it's something that isn't done as much, you know.
Yeah.
Like kid animation is there's way more kid animation than there is
There
adult
is.
animation, but there's a lot of room for
Like,
animation.
I might like get a lot of flack for this if we ever get into a big market where people are actually listening to our show.
We'll delete all these old
but-
episodes before that happens.
Was I saying something?
Say
bad?
whatever you want.
No. This is just me. So I have I cannot watch anime. Well, for one, the animation I don't really care for, but I don't like how they glorify like schoolgirls in
Oh, for
in
sure.
their
That's
shows.
There's
like
a
an
lot of
issue
that,
that people
yeah.
talk about a lot.
Yeah,
That's
it's
totally
like
valid.
yeah, okay. If it's totally valid, then I'll say it. Like I just have an issue of like glorifying that. It's fine. Like glorifying like older women or whatever. Like that is your TV show. That is your artistic opinion.
Mhm.
But glorifying like children and like schoolgirls of like
I guess-
obviously they're in high
Yeah.
school.
That is true.
The fact is 90% of anime is geared towards like just sensual indulgencies, like a fantasy. Like it's not even
but your
trying to
fantasy
have a
shouldn't
plot.
Your fantasy shouldn't be pedophilia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Like that is what a lot of anime has turned into. They steered away like fuck plot, like intense storyline, like Attack on Titan. Great story, doesn't glorify children's sexuality or whatever, but like 90% of the ones on like Funimation.com or Crunchyroll, it's all just fucking, like you said, pedophilia stuff, but they always find a way around it. Like, oh, she's a demon. She's 300 years old, you idiots.
Yeah.
She just looks 12.
Yeah.
I gotta monitor my
And,
daughter's anime intake. She's a Funimation subscriber. I gotta check that out.
Yeah, and it's always a story like,
No, she's
this
fine.
one
It's just everyone
loser
else, you know.
Roommate.
She's fine.
This one loser roommate finds
It's just all the
6
adults
women
watching her.
somehow, and they all hang out with this one dude. And it's like it's clear it's made for like just lonely
It's,
people.
Yeah, it's a male fantasy type situation.
And it's kind
I
of
think.
sad.
I just don't know if that should be your fantasy. Like,
No.
No.
it's-
oh my god, look
I
at
don't
that
think it's
14-year-old girl.
Look
over
at
there. No, that's not.
Did I?
Yeah.
I have a great story, and I might also get flack for it. I think if I were to do stand-up, I would tell this story. But did I ever tell you the story about how Netflix got me to watch? It was an anime, and she was 14 years old, and they literally showed the 14-year-old's tits.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's fucked
It was
up.
a Netflix anime?
It was on there. It's not on there anymore. You can look it up. It was called
No, don't look it up.
like it was
We're
on
gonna get
Netflix.
flagged right now.
Right. But Netflix forced me. I had no idea. My girlfriend loves cutesy anime shit like that. And it was called Yamada's First Time. And it's about literally a girl trying to lose her virginity. And it's like mostly a comedy. But at the end, they totally show her naked. At the end. And it was on Netflix. And I was like...
I mean, like, I don't know the Japanese
What?
culture. Maybe that's all right. But I don't know.
It's no longer on there, but it fucking freaked me out.
They're a lot freer with their media over there.
I like
think.
looked outside for the FBI or something. They're like,
Yeah.
someone was gonna email me like, "Got your ass."
Yeah. All right. Well, now that the anime community hates us,
Yeah. Sorry, anime community. I used to watch it in high school.
peace out.
I don't remember it being so, but I'm like the more mainstream stuff like Ninja Scroll and
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I never really
No,
got
they know
into
it
it.
too. Those anime fans, they know it.
Like, I never really got into it. I don't really care for the. I didn't like Street Fighter because of the animation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I never got into the anime. 'Cause I just particularly do not like the fast paced, flashy type animation. I think it's distracting and I don't really like it.
Yeah.
That's just my personal.
It's not for
opinion.
Yeah.
It's not for
You
everyone.
know,
It enrages my brother when he sees anime on the TV.
does it?
Like Inuyasha or whatever, the one where he has like a sword. It was big. It was big in like early 2000s. Like enraged him. He hates anime so much, and I think it's fun. But
I mean,
I get where you're coming from. Like it is kind of, it's weird for sure.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
I'm just picturing like Netflix, like the creative department and like producers, like in the '80s, just chomping on fucking cigars. Man, needs more Bush, more schoolgirls, Bush.
I think that's literally what they do. I think allegedly.
Give me
If you
three
get a
more
chance,
titties.
if you
on
want to
top.
give anime one more shot, and there's this one show that really leans into let's be as weird as possible. It's not sexual or anything, but it's just straight up weird, but kind of funny at the same time. It's called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Might have heard of it.
I don't think I have.
It's on Netflix. They have the whole series on there, but
You're
it's just a revenge story, but it's so fucking off the wall anime
yeah.
weirdness.
You have to give me some
You
stuff
like
to
animation?
cue. I saw The Reckoning recently, which is a documentary on Harvey Weinstein and like some of those other dudes. Speaking of
I heard
cigar
he's a nice
chomping
guy.
producers,
going back to this, aren't we?
yeah, going back to this.
Oh man.
That was pretty good. It was pretty eye opening.
I
Yeah,
open it now.
there's a lot of fucked up people.
It was
out
pretty.
there.
It was pretty sexy. You just wanna. They go into detail on Harvey Weinstein's beautiful body, and you can have nice visions of him.
Man, Hollywood's
masturbating in the
fucked up, man.
plants.
Well, dude, this is
Light some candles. and,
Hollywood
get a
is so
description.
fucked up, man. So now we got rich people paying these schools millions of dollars to get their kids into a high college.
Let's talk about that for a minute. That obviously broke. We got some people going to jail. How do you guys feel about this business? Feels like this
I
is
was-
something that's been going on for a long time.
Well,
yeah, I was
yeah.
unaware that people didn't know about that.
Well, yeah, it always happened. You guys hear that?
There's a plane.
It's a plane.
I live by an airport.
The only reason it caught my eye in the first place is because they arrested Aunt Becky. It's from Full House.
Oh yeah, I heard
I
about
don't
that.
think I don't think she's invited back to the Floor House.
Did
so.
she even need to-
Dang.
Did
that's
she even
sad.
need to pay him? She should have just said, "Hey, I'm Aunt Becky," and they
Dude,
would have
you
been
know
like,
what?
"You're
You know
in."
what? No. This is the thing. If your kid's not smart enough to go to college, then you don't get to
Yeah.
get to go. You know? How about you do a better job fucking parenting, and then your kid will go to college scholarship, or at least get accepted. Wait, hold on. Can't you pay to get into any college anyway?
Yeah.
Like, can't you just go to USC? Be like, hey, you
That's
know,
the
like,
weird part. Well, they were like fudging SAT scores and stuff like that to get them in. to where they need to be that way. Because I guess
Okay.
for rich people before, I mean, the formula is you donate millions of dollars to
Yeah.
a school, and then they just let
Yeah,
your
like
kid walk
alumni.
in.
So
But
Yeah.
now it's like, oh wait,
So really,
my
it
kid's a lot
only-
smarter than he actually
They
is.
really only hurting
Yeah.
the school, really,
Yeah.
but they fucking overcharge anyway around here. So who gives a fuck?
Well, you know, they make billions of dollars off their football programs,
Yeah.
and these kids, you know what? Yeah, that is another subject too.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know,
Universities, they're just these financial succubus at this point.
yeah, they make a lot of money.
And what sucks is people can
sending
spend
kids
like
into the world in debt up to their eyeballs,
Paying
That's all
football
it is.
coaches $10 million a year, you know, while these kids get a college education.
Mhm.
yeah, and the star player who's literally won every bit of their trophies, like he gets
CTE.
some new shoes from a company and suddenly he's a fucking criminal.
You know, what's crazy about that is if I had a scholarship to a college, right, I would be able to go fulfill those scholarship needs. Like, let's just say it wouldn't be in English because I'm terrible at English. Let's just say I have a college scholarship in beer drinking,
Mhm.
right? If I had a college scholarship in beer drinking,
That was my mom.
I would be able to get a job, do whatever, study my degree, this and that. Football players can't even get a job. They're not allowed to get a job. They have to eat campus food, and they are not allowed to make money any way except for they have to, like, they have so much restrictions on what they could do, which is nuts to me because these are broke ass kids, you know, living the life, being pretty
Putting
much
their bodies
rock
on the
stars,
line.
putting their body on
Yeah.
the line, and they can't even go get a regular job. They can't. If I went and got sponsored by Murphy's Beer in college, and I was just say like a mathematician, no one would give a shit that I was making money off Murphy's Beer. But if
Yeah.
a football player does it, the school gets fined, the college player gets kicked out of college. It's like there is some serious shit going on.
There is.
Yeah.
It's all messed up.
It's just a con game. Just trying to milk every little bit out of it.
Yeah.
As if they don't get enough.
Well, these colleges make billions of dollars off the football program.
Yep.
So tough nowadays because really a degree is not what it used to be. I mean, you have people with degrees working fast food right now to fucking living with their parents still. So it's a tough world out there.
No,
man.
dude, it
100
really
grand.
is, man. Like I know so many people with a college degree that are like working as a waiter or waitress because
Yeah.
they make more money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when I graduated high school, it's like you need a high school degree. Well, now to get any job, you need a college degree, but you don't need a specific degree. You just
No.
need a degree.
It's more like who you know, especially around here.
It's like
I can
Uh,
attest to that.
Yeah.
I mean, Eric, you make good money.
Yeah.
Do you have a college degree?
I don't have a college degree. No.
Do you have a college degree?
Fuck college.
Me too, man. I owned a business. I work now for a really established company that do very good things for me, and I never went to college. It's all about if you have good enough life experiences. My wife did go to college, but she took her college degree and went way above and beyond what she could do.
Mhm.
Like,
for sure.
some people do use it.
That's
but-
the American dream right there.
Yeah.
Like,
That is to say,
getting $200,000 in debt is a fucking scam.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
For a fine arts major.
yeah.
I'm sorry to all you fine arts majors, but
Yeah.
you wasted your money.
Or even like
got
a
my- you
marketing
got my heart.
business major, just like, wow, you're now qualified to do some bullshit marketing job that is pretty shitty. And like,
Well, what anybody else could
you can
do.
start your
I could
own
post
business
stuff on
without
Facebook
that.
too. I could post stuff on Facebook too.
Yeah.
You know? I could come up with ideas, and you're pretty much
it's just
grooming
like a
yourself.
slip of paper that gets you in the door.
You're pretty much grooming
I guess.
yourself to be a glorified salesman when you have like a marketing degree.
Yeah.
Oh, now I am certified to sell you this.
Right.
I mean, there
It's
are
like you
degrees
could
that
have
do
done
make
the
sense.
job
Law degrees.
regardless of the
What?
degree.
You got, got some good news?
No. I figured out something the other day. This is kind of where I want my my professional career to go. I think is so they have a thing in wine tasting called a sommelier.
Sommelier.
Yes.
Sommelier.
Sommelier.
Okay, so they have a wine where you're pretty much a professional wine taster. You go to places and you kind of just taste wine
Swish
and explain
around.
what there are. Apparently, there is a beer equivalent called. I want to say it's Chicharone, but it might be
Chicharone is pig fat.
Yeah,
Don't
I know.
try it.
It might be Cicerone. It's spelled like that.
Cicerone.
Cicerone. N-O, I think. It's a professional beer taster where you go around and like you have people taste it, like you kind of just tell them about the beer. I mean, you have to actually go to school for it, so you know like how much hops and like how the things are created, so you can explain what's going on. But apparently that's a thing, and I think that's something to look into.
Hit me up when you join. Maybe we can get like a Groupon.
Oh my god, that'd be great.
Cistrone.
Cistrone.
Let's
It's
see.
a real thing.
Let's see. Like
Do they have a pronunciation for it?
I'm looking.
Cistrone.
It's called a chicharrone, I think.
Chicharrone.
I am a chicharrone.
I'm a professional chicharrone. I got a bachelor's in chicharrone.
Oh man, Siri, help me out with this.
I mean, I think it's like $600 something to get like certified.
Cicerone? Like,
Why not? Chicharrone.
Chicharrone.
Cicerone.
Cicerone. I'm a professional cicerone.
Cicerone.
You got to put your hand up and
Sounds
Like-
Italian.
Yeah.
pinch the air. Cicerone.
Well, you know, this has nothing to do with Italians, what I'm about ready to do right now. But it is St. Patty's Day.
It is.
Are you guys finished with your
Yes.
beer? You finished that beer.
Yeah.
So,
Shit.
Oh, this is the perfect time for you to practice your Cicerone.
Cicerone.
Yeah.
That way, when I'm binging and my girl's like, Eric, what are you doing? And I'll be like, I'm cramming, babe. Cramming for my tests.
I'm studying. Get out.
Get out of here.
all right. St. Patty's Day special. We have 5 real Irish beers that we're about ready to drink. Taste test. Let you guys know what we think. And in between, we're going to ramble while we're drinking them.
We're going to chicharrone
Rambling Eddie.
So
each one of these beers.
I'm going to put these up so these guys can see what they are. Which ones do you guys want to try first? You want to go light, heavy? What's up? I mean, everyone has traditional Guinness, but we got a Murphy Stout.
I've
got
kind of
this.
had my eye on that Irish cream right there that you have your hand
Irish
on.
style cream ale.
Maybe try that first.
All right, let's do it. So we got
Call me up.
Wexford Irish style cream ale. This is based on the traditional Irish recipe Ford Country Wexford that dates back to 1810. We only use the best ingredients to. God, this is
I
fucking
believe
hard to
it.
read.
I believe it.
Need your glasses.
I fucking need not to be colorblind because it's
Try
about
it,
the
try
same.
it, try it, try
To
it.
ensure that our Wexford ale has a smooth, mellow creaminess, we believe you will.
Are you afraid of
enjoy.
seeing colors? Because I bring up the
Well, you know
chromatic
what?
glasses all the time,
Yeah.
and I feel like you shoot it down.
Yeah, you know, right now I don't see color, but if I see color, I might actually,
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's colorblind, by the way.
I am colorblind.
Oh, yeah, okay.
you know, so
I feel like that'd be a good experience to get on.
it would. Everyone seems to try and want me to do that. But here is the opening of the Wexford
Should we
Irish
wait
style
until-
cream ale.
Should we wait until our special guest Colin Farrell gets here? He's supposed to be stopping by in a little bit. Our
Ah,
Irish
yeah.
friend. Maybe we can
Excellent.
We can start without him. Ooh, so far, that's a good pop. Nice crisp
Oh,
pop.
good
I know you
pop.
guys heard
He'll
that.
get points for that one.
Oh,
Now let's get a gander at this pour.
smells good.
Chicharoni, that shit.
John man has been chicharroning it for the past 5 years now, so let's see how he gets this pour on.
He's a master chicharoni.
As you can see, the access
Oh, that's a good
of it,
pour.
that is a
man.
great pour.
Oh, man,
I wish we had the HD for you to
Oh,
see
man.
every little bit of fizz in
All
there.
right.
That was beautiful.
the
Oh.
next pour, John. Do you want to put that in front of the
Like a
camera
mini beer.
so they could check it out?
Will you guys look at the head on that? I really like the head on that right now. You can hold that up to the
That's
camera.
perfect head.
Look at the head on that.
All right, John. Do you
It's
want
beautiful.
to get this one up on the camera so they can see all the nice bubbles form up to the top? Oh shit! It's fucking everything up. Look at that. That's a good looking beer right there.
hmm If this was a chicharrone exam, I'd be taking points off right now for that last pour. But oh my god, look at that! That's
Oh, he'll
amazing.
lose points for
He'll
that
lose for
one,
that one
Jim.
for sure.
All right, this is the Wexford. I guess if someone.
Heartbreaking
So-
pour.
One for the house.
So what we'll do with this one, if you really really enjoy the beer, you can have the rest of it.
That will be the extra point that adds a little bit more to the beer score.
All right, before we
If
get
we go
I
back
should
for
probably get a
seconds.
rag.
That'll be the one where like we'll pour
Get the old rag.
we'll pour all the excess into that, and then we'll have like a little thing at the end where whoever's left has to drink that last bit of all mixed beer.
Should bring a bucket for the rest.
So chicharroni.
Yeah,
I'm
put
telling you,
all the leftovers in a bucket.
Mhm.
Loser has to drink
loser
it.
has to drink it. The less Irish of all of us has to drink it.
I think that's you.
Oh, I have to pull up my ancestry.com results. I don't think I have any
I'm thinking of doing that.
Irish in it.
Your
Hold
talk
on.
about it intrigued me.
Let me read up mine. Now that I have my phone on me, let me tell you guys what I am real quick. That's something we can talk about.
Yeah, I think I would be just half white, half Hispanic. Pretty normal stuff. I am a Baca, which apparently they're like big in New Mexico. The Baca family.
The Baca family?
Yeah, apparently they're huge. And I grew up
Shit.
very near.
I might be
Mexico.
related to them. I don't know.
The Bacas?
The Bacas.
Probably.
I think
It
like
means cow.
'cause
They
they-
do a lot of good with
when
cows,
you pull
I
up your
guess.
thing, they have they have your DNA results, and then they also have DNA matches, so they go back to like fourth, fifth, sixth cousins.
Wanna date your
Um,
cousin?
Right?
Here you are.
Well, that's my actual cousin right there. And then you can go, yeah. And then this person lives in El Paso and contacted me. And they kind of, yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, I don't know. But let me
We
read.
should do that,
let me
John,
read them
man.
off for you. Let me read them off.
Oh yeah, we were waiting for you. Yes.
Oh, thank you for that.
Oh, that's yours, John. Took it off of John.
Oh, I did.
Retrieving estimate.
All
All
right.
right.
So here we are. 47% Native American, which consists of North, Central, and South, which would consist of the Chihuahua, Durango, and Zacatecas tribes. Then 20% Spain, so Spanish. There you go.
Yeah.
Portugal, I'm 9% Portuguese. France, 8%. Italy, 6%. Cameroon, Congo, Southern Bantu peoples, 3%. All in my
Wow.
penis, by the way. Basque, 2% Irish and Scottish people.
We got
there
a
we go.
Scot.
Happy St. Patty's Day to me.
Oh, I think
Oh.
I might be the least Irish. Then.
1% Senegal and 1% Swedish. That's what I am made of.
Well, if my
Wow.
wife shows up to be a special guest, she's the most Irish here. So
So
Oh,
do-
she's our special guest.
Is she?
yeah,
Fuck
she
yeah.
she yeah. Well,
Oh,
she
yeah.
she will drink the.
So to all,
stuff.
yeah.
Do you
can
think
that
she
one.
could,
Yeah.
on
Murphy's.
one of our episodes, give good hair advice?
Absolutely.
I think that'd be good.
So
A lot can happen with your hair.
All right, so let's
Right,
try
right,
this.
Let's try this one.
The cream ale. Cheers, fellas.
Clinkies. Saucier, your thoughts?
It's,
What do you think?
It's kind of woody.
A little,
It's like
it's, a,
I'm
it's a
drinking
bit
bark.
nutty. It's about what a cream ale tastes like.
Is
It's
this
a
your
little,
first cream ale?
It tastes a little
I
diluted.
think so.
I don't know.
Probably.
It does taste a little watery.
Not my
Yeah.
first
It's like if
or my last.
cream ale was like made by Coors.
It's not as thick as normal cream ales are.
So I
pretty
do have
creamy.
this.
It almost tastes like a cream
bad.
ale light.
It's almost like a barrel, like what John was saying, like barrel aged almost.
Yeah, there's a
I
bit
can
of
see
wood.
that.
Like
There's
you
a
almost,
woody
it
taste.
almost has like a little bit of a whiskey hint.
I can see that.
Speaking of which, have you seen? I forgot what company makes it. I think it's Bud that makes it.
It's not terrible.
No,
It's
terrible.
definitely watery.
I like it. It's a little watered down,
But
It's
it does-
not
it-
what
yeah,
I-
it's a bit watered down.
it's not typically what you think of when you think of a cream ale. A little thicker.
Would I get a 6-pack of this or a keg of this?
Probably not. It's not going to quench your thirst. In a way.
But it's acceptable. If I was handed this, I would definitely drink it.
To all my Irish brethren, I do say to you, shite, 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 shite.
Maybe this is to like a little bit, like they're hungover
Yeah.
from drinking whiskey all night.
This
and they're
is
like, you know what?
probably this is the hair of the dog.
This is
right
the hair of the dog.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god,
For
I
sure.
need a little whiskey in my life right now, but I don't want to get too drunk
The
before
hair of the
work.
dog.
So
This is I need to be at church in 15 minutes. I'm gonna
Mhm.
down me some of this cream.
I have
ale.
a slight hangover.
What is it called? Wexford.
Quite. Have you
Not
heard
bad.
of that Bud Light?
It is naturally
drink?
smooth.
I don't
It is
think.
naturally
I think we
smooth,
should
yeah.
probably at the very end talk which one was our favorite out of all these.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That one's probably not going to be the winner.
You know, but
Not saying it's bad.
does
It's
say
just
smooth.
not going
It
to
is
win.
smooth. You
Yeah,
know, you
smooth.
got to go by what the can says. You know,
Yeah.
they are definitely not false advertisement. It has that cream.
Yeah.
Naturally smooth, and it's a ale tasting. Ale
It
served
is.
and
That
this is just
a perfect description for it. Is ale tasting.
this ensures the ale is served just how we like it.
They fulfill a niche for sure, which that's the mark of a good alcohol.
Smooth,
thought-
mellow creaminess.
I thought the lager was going to be the lighter of all these, but I think I was wrong. This one might be.
Yeah, yeah. I think we all know what Guinness tastes like. I think this
Yeah.
is going to be very comparable to Guinness.
Yeah,
But it's like that. All these three cans all have the drop flow system, which is the little ball and thing, which I think is like that's what makes it so
Yeah.
so
The whole
smooth.
spray
It's
can.
like a nitro,
Yeah.
or almost kind of nitro infused because the nitro bubbles. Have you ever had nitro beer before?
No.
So the nitro
I think I
bubbles are a lot smaller, so it creates a very smooth. It's very smooth going down instead of like a more carbonated. So the CO2 has bigger bubbles.
Ah.
All right, I guess we could keep this up here. You guys done with that? Should we? Anyone want to finish off the last little bit of that one?
Spit bucket. I think it doesn't deserve it. It doesn't get the extra points.
I guess one of us has to, and that should be a different one each time. So somebody's got to down that last one.
I guess we get a spit bucket. Should we get a spit bucket?
Or shall we make it interesting? And
No, I
a
am.
little bit.
I am not going
He's
to drink
not gonna
all
do
those
that.
beers together.
That's going to be tough.
I'm sorry.
That's a young man's game.
John's going to get a
I'll drink it. I'll drink it. I got this. I'll keep the show going.
downer. Down that boy. Probably need to clean out these glasses. Oh, you down that shit nicely.
Wow.
After John Man comes back, I guess I'll wash that out.
I gotta tell you, this looks like Middle Earth right here. The text on here, so I'm
It's
all
some
with
form
it.
of Elvish. I can't read
I
it.
can't read it.
It's from-
I am trying to force my youngest son into watching Lord of the Rings. By the way, the extended edition. It's kind of tough.
It's a bit long.
It's a bit longish, but he seems kind of into it.
It's cool. Shall I wash out the glasses?
Nah, the Irish wouldn't. Why should we?
Yeah.
Oh, you said nah?
Yeah,
Nah.
yeah.
Let's keep the show going.
I mean, I think you should at least finish the beer that you were given to. We'll
I
spit
was.
that one out. We'll do that spit bucket. All right. So,
Okay, he's gonna be right back.
oh man.
Well,
Well,
let's start on this. Which one do you think you want to do next?
you know, I'm very intrigued. I really love
It
red
does.
ales.
I do like red ales too.
But I feel like this is going to be the best one. Should we save the best for last?
Yeah. Yeah, because I know for sure I'm probably gonna like this. Let's
Yeah.
save it for last.
Yeah. Let's.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we go something a little bit? Or wait, hold on. Should we go a heavy, and then a light, and then another
That
heavy,
sounds
and then a light?
Yeah. Or we can give people choice. I picked the Wexford, so if anybody else wants to pick.
All right. We'll see what. We'll save this one for last, just in case the wife wants to join in. Oh man, how was your week?
It was pretty good. I went to like a little kind of memorial thing on Friday for one of my girlfriend's. Actually, it's like my girlfriend's ex-husband's extended family, and they still hang out. So she has like this friend there that passed away. I met her a couple times because they do like this. They invite us to this hockey game in Everett every year. So like I've been going maybe the past 2 years. So thank you. We go there. I never even watched the hockey game either. When we go, we just kind of hang out at the bar and party. But she passed away this past year. So
bummer, man.
yeah, they had a birthday for her. And that was yesterday, just kind of like a whole memorial, just like to keep it in her memory and stuff. I went. They had a nice spread of food. I had a little bit of wine. I don't know if I'm like a red wine fan anymore. It like dries you out so much.
Dude, wine gives me a killer hangover.
Yeah, totally. I had like a fucking sick hangover. I went from wine. Emily and I think it was just us two, polished off a bottle of red wine, and then I had a pint of this beer that I've never had before. I even took a picture of it. It was called Montucky. You ever had it? I imagine Montana and Kentucky merged together. It was
almost like it's almost like Family Guy's Partucket.
Yes, it was. It was pretty much, and I swear to God, it felt like I was drinking this beer for 2 hours, and it felt like it was replenishing itself as I drank it. I couldn't finish it. It was so much beer.
Yeah.
And they had like a whole ice chest full of them. I'm like, how are you guys pounding these down? I can't finish this. Anyway, I felt so bloated when I got home. It's awful.
Oh, man.
What drink is this?
Montucky is what it's called.
Montucky.
I've never heard of it.
What
I've
did it
never
come
heard
in?
of such a thing. It was like a tall can, but it was like a little probably bigger than this.
Oh.
It seemed huge. And like I felt like I was
never
drinking it, and I'd set it down, and when I picked it up, I don't know if I was picking up other people's Montuckies or what, but it felt heavier every time I picked it up. It was like the One Ring and shit. The One Ring
ruled
ruled
it
them
all.
all.
People went home and they were like, "Fucking Eric just kept
He just
drinking
kept
my
drinking
fucking
our
drink."
beer.
Just kept.
Unbeknownst to me, I was probably just fucked up and picking up other people's Montuckies. That's probably
Yeah.
what happened. No, I was on call that night. I couldn't get down. I had to work until like 9.
Really?
Yeah. Like we had to drive there, and I was like working the whole way there, like this, and freaking like by the time we got there, I was like, "Where the fuck are we?" Like, because I had my head down on the computer the whole time.
So does your computer have like 3G or something?
I hotspot for my phone.
Oh, do you?
I had to buy the extra because
So bullshit.
yeah, the kids do counseling, so I have to take them there like once a week, but it's during like work hours when I do it. So I take them down there, and they don't have Wi-Fi there, so it forced me to have to buy the hotspot
Oh.
to get the extra thing. So now I like a hotspot whenever I go, which I guess is kind of cool because now I can work from anywhere.
Mhm.
But it is like it's a little expensive to add that on there.
Yeah, that's generally why it's not. The hotspot is cool and it works, but it just hasn't caught on because
Yeah.
it's just so goddamn expensive.
It's convenient for sure,
Yeah,
but it's just a little
If
pricey.
you really need it,
Yeah.
for sure. It was great when phones first came out with their mobile hotspot. That was
Oh, yeah.
legit.
Yeah.
That was cool. It was
Like,
like,
I
on
have-
the Evo 3.
Yeah, I have unlimited data right now, and I swear, man, ever since I switched to it for my paid plan, my phone is so much slower, my internet, and it pisses me off so bad.
What kind of cable do you guys have around here?
I have Fios.
I have
Fios?
Comcast.
I have Fios too, buddy. So I was on Comcast.
It's the only choice I have.
It is the only choice some people have around here.
I live in an apartment.
I mean, it's great internet. Like I definitely disconnected their TV service because the TV service is shit.
Mm-hmm.
But their internet's good. It's fiber optic. You
Yeah.
know? It's fast as fuck.
Oh, it is fast as hell. Like I used to have it when I was living in Bothell, and like to have it and then have it taken away was the worst feeling in the whole world. Like it's so bad. Like you totally realize like the drop in speed when you go from like Fios back to Comcast.
Oh yeah.
But I went so I had Comcast. Me and my girlfriend both work from home, like a ton. So we have that going on. The kids all have their own like devices and stuff. I think at the time too we didn't have any cable, so we were just like streaming stuff. So every freaking month we would go over the data limit and get charged like an extra $200 to $300, like
From Comcast?
Yeah, from Comcast.
Comcast has a data limit?
Yeah, they have a data limit
No
on
shit.
how much you can stream. So if you go over, I think I don't know what the exact gigs it is over, but it's $50 every time you like go
No
over a certain
shit.
amount. And they keep like accruing that $50 after $50, and we'd go back and forth with them every month. And
Sorry
then-
if you guys hear the dogs
Oh,
in the
yeah,
background.
we have dogs. But then you go to
Driving that
Fios that doesn't have a data limit, and oh my god, it's just like Fios. They take care of you, man. If you can get Fios, get Fios. Fast, no data limit, all you need, same price every month. I love it.
Yeah, dude, I love my
Good
Fios
review.
internet. It's like I have like the 50 up, 50 down. It's great.
Yeah.
Never
It's
had a
great.
problem with the internet.
No.
Never. Comcast always had a problem with the internet.
Yeah.
It was always slow shit.
Yeah, sometimes I was going down. Even like when we did have cable, Like it would digitize out sometimes, like even just the
Oh.
cable.
Yeah, well, it's because so with Fios you have a direct line, so
Yeah.
your internet is your internet. With Comcast, you're sharing
Yeah.
with everybody in that hub.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
dumb. So should we go to the next beer? Do you guys want to finish off?
Let's do the next beer.
We decided you're gonna pick the next,
But we're saving this one
is
for
saved
last.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. We got some Guinness. We got some Harp Lager. Murphy Stout. And this is last.
All right, I guess
Let's
if you
just
really
get the
want-
Guinness out of the way.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
That's probably gonna be the thickest boy out of it. Maybe the stout might be.
I
We'll
want
see
to
what
compare it
happens.
against this stout that we just drank here.
Well, this one isn't a stout. This is an ale,
Yeah,
Oh,
cream ale.
Irish style cream ale.
So,
we shall see.
This one's gonna be dark. Dark. Oh, that's a good pop. Nice
It's a
pop.
good crack. Full points.
All right.
It looks like coffee inside. And the pole.
Yeah, I'm gonna regret
Iced
this.
coffee.
Honestly, I don't know if I trust people.
God. Look at that though. It looks so pretty.
Oh,
Wow.
It does, yeah.
Just cascading down. Feel the fizz in your mouth.
To me, I'll probably lose some fans here too. It just feels like people that claim that Guinness
Slight ombre.
is their favorite beer tend to be like really hipsterish. to
Or
me.
they're fucking full of shit.
Yeah, or they're full of shit.
Yeah.
It's definitely not my favorite beer. I can understand why you like it, but people
Apparently-
that go around and say, "Hey, look, we only do Guinness and stuff."
Dude, I don't even think
I don't buy
Irish
that.
people like Guinness,
Yeah,
man.
I don't buy it.
tell
You're,
you the truth.
you're not gonna chug Guinness on a warm day.
Seriously, like
I'm
summer
not
day
the
on the
sad
beach,
state,
you're gonna
yeah.
have a Guinness.
Yeah, you're gonna have Guinness. That's not happening. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. If you're gonna have a favorite beer, it needs to be something that you can drink year round, any time of day, night. Something that's just gonna quench you whenever you want.
It'll quench you.
So I did take the kids. I know I said like I wasn't excited for it, and I took the kids to see Captain Marvel.
How was
Emily
that?
and the kids, and I actually really liked it.
Sure.
I know there's like a lot of mixed reviews, and maybe because my expectations were so down, I think that's kind of maybe why I didn't like. I felt like such a bigot today because I like when we went to when we went to go see it. I was on the way to the theater. I was talking about like how I was kind of like comparing it a little bit to Black Panther, and I'm like, oh my god, here I am. Like I'm talking about like Black Panther and Captain Marvel are my favorite movies because it stars a white woman and an African American, and I'm just like, oh my god, I sound so fucking racist right now.
You were like one of those I feel like whatever I say is gonna be
Right?
Like,
It's different coming from me because I got this
Yeah.
complexion, so I can say whatever I want.
you're like one of those people that like only watch those type of movies
Yeah,
because
right,
you are so not racist that you only watch
right.
movies
That's how
with
unracist
lady
I am.
roles. Yeah.
But like, I think the reason why I think expectations were so high for Black Panther is I saw it late into the run. and
Actually,
everybody
I
was
don't
just
think
like-
expectations were high.
I think they
It just
kinda
ended
were.
up being great.
Yeah,
I think-
it just seemed like everybody was like really into it. So when I saw it, I wasn't like that into it. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you guys like Black Panther? Is that one of your favorites?
It was good, and it is true that it did do a huge amount for the black community because they hired almost
Oh.
exclusively black, and
Yeah.
like that's
I get
a big
like,
deal.
Yeah, I totally get like why it's big in that respect. Just as far as
How is it, John Man?
Dude, it's disgusting.
Shall we taste?
Let's cheers it.
All
It has no flavor. It's like instead of like this one, which was just light, this is just dirty water instead of clean water.
Yeah, I feel like I should have a beard and a man bun right now to be drinking this.
Well, it's not horrible,
But it's not good.
but it's like kind of a dirty water. Yeah.
And I think that's like just Guinness too, because I do like stouts and even like coffee stouts and like whiskey stouts. Like I do like stouts. I think there's just something about Guinness that doesn't really appeal to me that much. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, like, if I'm gonna drink something that tastes like coffee, or tries to taste like
There
coffee,
are better things.
I'm
out
gonna
there.
drink like a Black Butte Porter
Yeah.
from Deschutes,
Oh, for sure, right?
or an Irish Death
Yes.
from Ellensburg,
We
Washington.
were just talking about Irish Deaths on the way over here.
Yeah, it's great beer.
We were gonna grab some, but they didn't have any at 7-Eleven.
Damn, man.
Put the spotlight on her.
I was actually the jerk today because I was running late from doing all these errands and stuff. I wanted to stop at Special Brews to get my own like array of Irish beer, but I couldn't do it. We didn't
That's
have
all
the time. Anyway, I recommend Captain Marvel. That's it.
Yeah, that good.
It's fun because it's like I grew up in the 90s, like I was a teenager in the 90s, and it's like takes place in the 90s. It's fun in that respect.
That's cool.
Like
Guys, look,
callbacks.
we're in a J.J. Abrams.
Lens flare.
Plus, there's a little states to the very end. There's a little Endgame clip.
Well, you always stay
Ooh.
till the very end.
At
So
a
you
Marvel
know-
movie for
So
sure.
you know what I do with Marvel movies that I don't go watch in theater? I just watch on YouTube the end clips.
You get everything that happened.
Yep.
And I think I read somewhere that this is like the end for the Netflix era of Disney movies. That Captain Marvel will not be playing on Netflix. This is like
Aw.
the last one. It was Infinity War, and I think that's it.
Then I won't see it.
Oh, then they're putting it on
Then they're
their
on
Disney,
Disney Plus,
platform,
which
I'm getting.
The last I heard, I'm totally getting the shit. I heard the whole vaults, like pretty much every Disney movie is going to be available day one. Come on.
Plus Fox Media.
Sorry. You're telling
What
me-
else is there?
Tell me I can watch Mickey
they
Mouse
own?
and Die Hard
At-
The same time?
At the same time. Split screen.
Sorry, guys, I did it. I spit bucketed it.
You spit bucketed it. I'm not. I
might.
kind of don't
I
want
might.
to
Probably
finish
spit
it.
back at me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Guinness fans out there. I get it.
Oh, you're all right, bunch of pussies.
Shy.
I'm assuming no one's going to drink this one.
Delicious. I give that
Is there any way we can edit
2
it?
sandwiches out of 4.
Yeah. Is there any way we can edit it so it looks like we finished those?
Yeah, just
Cool.
did. We finished them to the spit bucket.
Editor, put that in.
That's where it deserves.
We'll get that in post.
It's in our defense. It is kind of a nice day out. I kind of consider Guinness more of like a wintry beer. So in our
No,
defense,
dude, the
it's
thing is,
springtime.
I won't get fat drinking Guinness. How is that
Yeah.
a winter beer?
That's true.
I don't know, man.
Guinness is pretty much a meal in itself.
All right,
too.
so the
So-
Wexford was definitely better than the Guinness.
yes.
I actually drank mine.
So let's see. We're gonna do it like this, where we'll start top to bottom. So least to best, and we keep
Yep.
switching
All right.
around.
So
Red
shall
Ale's
we
probably
pick
gonna
another
stay
one?
right here.
Let's go to lager.
The lager.
John,
We
man,
have
if you need a
Harp
chaser,
Lager imported from
Yeah, I
Ireland.
need a chaser.
St. James Gate, Dublin.
our old streaming name was Chasers. I don't know if everybody remembers
It
that.
was, yeah. I do.
Mhm.
I just, yeah.
You guys
A
streamed?
little callback. Our first episode, we were called Chasers.
Yeah, remember it was in this room. We were recording on your little blue
We're
microphone.
literally right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
That's because we were recording with like sticks
Oh,
and
man.
rocks. Back in
Fuck,
the
man.
days.
America knows how to make a great beer.
They do.
God bless America.
Get on it, Ireland. What are you doing?
Harp is a premium lager imported from Ireland, brewed in the classic Pilsner style, as created by a Guinness German brewmeister, as I'm going to say, in 1960. This crisp lager has a fruity nose. I don't know what a nose is. And clean finish with hints of malt and citrus hops.
All right. Well, it sounds good. Sounds delicious.
I like it.
Oh.
Has anybody seen any of these? I understand they're going to make more too. Any of these Netflix choose your own adventure movies?
Like
Yeah,
the
I watched
Bandersnatch?
Bandersnatch?
Yeah, I did Bandersnatch.
Yeah.
I got really confused because, well, not confused, but
You're the best part.
I got
You're
pissed
so
off
cool.
because I wanted to choose my own adventure and it'd be like, choose another side. It's like, no, I don't want to choose another side. Like it forced me to choose different options, and I didn't agree with
You
that.
don't like that?
No, it's like if it's choose your own adventure, I chose. Now show me my adventure.
I hate those choose your own adventures where one is like you die and the other one you live. It's like, well, of course I'm gonna choose the one where you live eventually. It's like a false choose your own
Well,
adventure.
then you better
bullshit.
step it up, Netflix, because freaking a bad review from The Sandwich, kiss of death. Tell me, kiss of death.
I didn't really care for Bandersnatch.
Eh.
What'd you
I
guys
don't
think
really
of it?
care for anything Black Mirror. It just fucking wails you over the head with their like technology bad.
Okay, this is
Yeah.
gonna be super fucking.
It's no Blade Runner.
Super
Yeah, it's no
carbonated.
Blade Runner.
I have
you
to
know?
watch more of that Black Mirror. I heard it gets pretty good. The first episode I saw, and then I didn't really see any after that, was the
the cell
the
phone one.
pig fucking episode where that guy has to. He's like the president, and they make him. He has to like.
We're gonna wait for that head to go down.
He has to make love to a pig in front of on national television, or somebody dies.
Hmm.
That's the first episode I saw, and I think that's the first episode that's on Netflix. Yeah, I'm just like, wow, that's crazy.
Media bad.
Yeah, that's kind of the message of Black Mirror.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I didn't get too into it. It was just so like look at this. There's no subtext, I guess.
Are you guys kind of into anthology horror at all? Like that kind of stuff?
Anthology?
Like anthology horror, like those kind of things. Like they have like the
Example?
Masters of Horror.
Oh yeah, like,
Twilight Zone, just stuff like that.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't mind Twilight Zone stuff.
It's kind of what that sex, drugs, and robots, whatever the fuck.
kind
it's
of
called.
probably the same thing. Like Jordan Peele's bringing back Twilight Zone on CBS All Access.
Yeah.
That might be
He
interesting.
is
Usually
becoming
anything
more
horror,
and more
though,
of a hero.
anything horror.
Yeah.
I have to watch by
Yes.
myself.
Have you guys seen Get Out?
Yeah,
Or
it was good.
And the trailer for Us? The trailer for Us looks fucking spook. Spooky, I mean. That's just the way I talk. Sometimes I shorten things. Oh my god, I apologize. It looks spooky. I'm so unracist that I did not see that. That's all I'm saying. I'm 3%.
No, that's
It looks
it's a
stupid.
valid word.
The Get
It's in
Out-
the dictionary.
The Get
for
Out
sure.
trailer looks scary. That's what I'm saying.
I'm so unracist. I don't
Nah,
know
you're
what that means.
Now you
That's
know
not
why
bad.
that's funny.
No.
Yeah, that's right. It's scary.
Who's laughing?
I also hear that he's remaking Candyman, or might remake Candyman.
Oh, really?
That'll be cool.
Is that
Candyman's
what's that anthology? Is it like Hellraiser anthology?
yeah. Well, it's by Clive Barker,
Oh.
but it's like about an old slave that was like stung to death by bees, and like
Sorry.
he fell in love with a white
I
plantation
remember.
owner's daughter, and then like they killed him by stinging him to death with bees. I just remember I saw it when I was like a teenager. I remember it being so scary. There's something about burnt hair that really gets to me. And at the very end, Virginia Madsen's like crawling out of this building, and her hair's all burnt. Like that image like sticks with me for some reason.
Oh,
I don't
really?
like burnt hair. I don't
Really?
know.
That's like your thing?
Yeah. Like they have the Kenneth Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah, it's like wrong.
He remade
Very
he did his own
guttural.
take on Frankenstein, and at the very end, what's her face from Fight Club comes out, and she gets her hair burnt, and it's that really freaked me out too. So I have like a whatever the opposite of a fetish is, that's what I have for hair burning.
the opposite of a fetish. That's funny. What's your John man, what's your thing
What's your
that
repulsive thing?
just
Just-
repulses you beyond
Shit. Spilling beer. No.
my dad is repulsed by anything
Oh my God,
eye
look at the
related.
head on that.
He always talks about he watched this one Greek, it was like a Roman movie, and he remembers this vividly, and he tells me the story all the time that in this Roman movie, period movie, some guy gets his eye cut out, and when he saw that when he was 6 years old, and to this day he still, if you get near his eyes, he'll squint really bad. He just has this phobia of people getting near eyes.
I
can
don't
see
have
that.
any of that. I don't really care about that stuff. What I do care about is when
It
dogs
stings.
die in movies.
Yes.
Oh yeah, For
And-
sure. I
and
didn't
I
watch
can't
Marley
take
and
that.
Like
Me because I knew
you
it was
could kill
gonna
any human in any movie. Don't give a fuck. You could torture
suck. in the
them.
most brutal
Don't
way.
give a fuck. Don't
A dog gets a quick, painless death, and you're like, "Fuck you."
fuck this movie. Like I literally fast forward through John Wick where the dog.
That's literally the best premise for a fucking movie, that they fucking kick this
Dude.
dog and it dies and he goes and kills everyone. That's
For 3 fucking
yeah,
movies.
that's exactly right. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. That's yeah.
Yes.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I love it too. It's great.
It's amazing.
Fantastic.
And
That's
the people
best
that
premise
killed the
for a
dog
revenge
died in
movie.
like the first 5 minutes.
He's
Yep.
still angry about this fucking dog. I'm telling
Yeah. As he should be.
Yeah, it pissed me off in Game of Thrones when the dog died, like in the first season.
Yeah.
Don't tell me if there's any more. But when the guy got forced to kill the dog because he bit the
you.
little,
Oh yeah.
little fuck prince or whatever. Yeah, that pissed me off.
It's awful.
Other
Especially
little
when you don't see it
fucker
coming.
prince.
I saw that.
Short clip.
What's that new Robert Rodriguez movie based on an anime? Alita,
Battle Angel.
Battle Angel. Fucking a dog dies like I don't know. You don't even see it coming. Just dies out of nowhere. It felt like that just sucked the whole energy out of the whole theater when we went to go see it.
Oh no, I won't.
Hey
watch it,
kids,
damn it.
having fun?
Like when I Am Legend, like
I'm gonna kill this dog.
Like,
Oh
everyone
my
hated
God,
that movie?
now.
I Am
Which one?
Legend. That
Oh,
scene
yeah.
is fucking haunting.
yes,
He chokes his dog out.
Yeah.
you know, like everyone dogs about that movie, like dogs, like everyone disses that movie so much.
What dog?
But
is it, man?
I'm sorry, man. Like you have to kill your own dog for whatever reason. That's
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 the most
tough.
heartfelt shit I've ever seen. in a movie. He plays that so well too.
Yeah.
Because just a close up on his face.
Yeah, and just the struggling.
give
I don't
him-
know why people hate Will Smith
Give
so
him
much.
the Oscar now.
Like I don't know why people hate him so much.
Did you see the new Aladdin trailer?
I did.
I was impressed
Yeah,
with it
I liked
because like they didn't keep. Everyone was complaining about, oh, he's fucking blue. He looks like shit. Which
Yeah.
he looked fine. Like he's a blue genie. How good is that gonna be? Like he's blue Will Smith. It doesn't look like he's not Will Smith, so I think that's
You know, I
good.
wonder
And
if-
then he's not really blue the whole time.
I wonder
anyway.
if it's not necessarily bad CGI, but the fact that he's blue that makes it look funny.
Yeah, it's just you're not used to seeing blue
The
motherfuckers.
CGI on the new trailer doesn't look as bad as that first trailer that they put out with. That's when I went back and checked that out. That does look kind of
It was
bad.
like a
Does it-
test footage.
The
It's
only thing
like
I'm relieved
pre-Thanos.
about is that they didn't cover some 1970s 80s song for the You Got a Friend in Me. Like it wasn't like Here Come the Men in Black. It wasn't one of those.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure like he'll
Come
have
the
his.
MIBs.
I'm sure like the songs with the genie in there will be changed like to fit more of his rap style. But I still
Yeah.
think they'll stick true to what the movie's about.
Yeah, he'll have all new references
Mm-hmm.
like Robin Williams.
Here's a great conversation right
It'll
here.
be
It's a
good.
little bit off topic.
No, this episode is about being
It's-
off topic.
Yes, it is. It's off topic. The St. Patty's Day episode. So, I mean, I was telling John about a lot of my personal life. I kind of filled you in a little bit
Yep.
about what's going on.
Mhm.
I can't talk about that stuff, but I can talk about other things. My son recently
Spoiler alert.
brought up his testicles the other night when I was putting him down for bed.
He's like, what are these?
Yes, he kind of like wanted to have like a real conversation. He's about 7, so he was.
He reached out to you.
Yeah, he's like, like what are these all about? Like, what's going on here? But he's like telling me about how he was afraid. He was like messing with them, and he was afraid that he might have twisted them like up. And he's like, can they cross over? Like, can they get like entangled in each other and stuff? And I'm like, I think like if you can like move them over like that, but I think if you let go, they just go back into place. And he's like, oh,
He's like, oh, good.
okay.
Good.
Like he was really sweating this, like he might have twisted his.
He
balls
probably
together.
felt a little bit of
tied,
pain. He
like
was like,
shoe tied his
Yeah.
his nuts.
And it
together.
kind of made me like research testicles too, because he had like all these questions on why they're oval and stuff like that. And,
Well, you being a dad, you have to have answers, right?
Yeah.
You just can't be. They're oval because that is the shape of nuts.
I think-
God did that.
the reason why I bring this up too is because I was singing.
I
the
think your
Venom-
battery finally died.
probably did.
Aww.
I was singing the.
Aw.
It's got a nice little blue. I mean, I wish it was green Matrix style. But
No, this is the sequel to The Matrix. Fuck green.
the kid
It's
wanted to watch
blue now.
Men in Black, and there's a scene in Men in Black where, or Men in Black 2, where have you guys seen?
Yeah, the Balchinian.
Balchinian. That's kind of what brought all this up. We saw the Balchinian, thought it was hilarious, and then we got in a whole conversation about testicles, and that's why you have kids. I'll be honest with you, that's why. And instill this knowledge, and I'm like, you know what, bro? I don't know why that happens. Like, he's like describing it to. He's describing his nuts to me, and I'm just like trying to like, oh, okay, all right. I get. He's like, yeah, and then like it feels like there's tubes there, and I'm like, that's just interesting that he's down there filling things out.
I mean, you gotta find out somewhere.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it shows a certain level of intelligence too.
Yeah, for sure.
That's good.
It's like I feel like little tubings in there. I'm just like, yeah. Sorry, Trent.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me not to tell anybody.
Just take him to the doctor, and the doctor will like answer all of his questions with the model and everything.
Before this beer is gone, what do you guys think?
I've just been sipping on it happily, so I think it's good.
This is
Let me describe the taste.
This is a good casual drinking beer for a night. I would probably
you could give
if I were
this
to
to
sit
people.
down. Yeah, I would order this at a restaurant.
I don't know if I'd order this, but if someone had said, "Hey, John, we're gonna binge drink," and they had this, I'd be like, "All right, cool.
Yeah, cool. I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there.
I'm good." I don't think
I would throw it in a cooler for other people.
But
I
definitely wouldn't
enough.
order this because I'm not too much of a lager fan. It's just.
Thus far, I would put it in front of these two for sure.
Would you?
I think I would. Do you think the cream before?
Yeah, I think so. Like I don't know. This is
the
just like
tiebreaker.
it's the Irish Bud Light. Can you get behind that?
That's true.
I think I like this Irish cream a little bit better.
All right, let's do the Irish
More
cream ahead of it.
flavorful. So
It honestly, yes. I think the Wexford probably tastes more of what you think an Irish beer would taste like. This one, if it wasn't St. Patty's Day and you were in like, this is an Irish beer, I wouldn't be able to.
This tastes more like a Dos Equis to me.
Yeah.
It's almost like a
For
cerveza.
sure.
It tastes like
it's made by Guinness.
It does taste like
I just
any other
noticed.
beer. Any other beer.
But it has like that cerveza taste, like that Dos Equis, not as Corona-y, but definitely has like that cerveza taste.
A little headier than a Corona or anything. I think Corona's a little bit lighter than this, but it's pretty good.
When was the last time you had a Corona?
I guess it's been a while.
Yeah.
I've had a Dos Equis though recently.
I had both a couple
Not
months
Corona,
ago.
though.
I like that light Mexican beer.
I probably had the last Corona I probably had was 2 summers ago when we first got the pool put in, and I think it was a Corona Light too.
Is that the last time I've been at
think
your
you
house? Was 2
posted
summers?
So yeah, I think it was
No,
2
no.
summers. But probably last summer.
No, this last summer.
Yeah.
Because Jillian was with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fun day. We had
Mexican
frosés, which is I don't know if you guys have rosé wine. You freeze them up and you put them like
Mary and
like,
Jillian got so fucking hammered off
oh my
those.
god. I had one a couple weeks before that, and then like ever since I had it, it was like so good, and like it feels I don't know if like you freeze the alcohol and it like fucking it makes it more potent or what, but I got really trashed off of it, and then I was like, you know what, I feel like I can make this myself, so I got a recipe and I made it and I served it to everybody when we had that barbecue, and then everybody else got really fucked up off of it, so I'm like, it's not just me.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. And plus, you made amazing carne asada.
Oh, I did.
Mexican
I
street
remember
corn.
Son.
We had carne asada, Mexican street corn, and frosé. It was the best day ever.
It was a great day. It was like, what, fucking 9 degrees
It was
outside?
9 degrees out.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Dude, I cannot wait for summer.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's still a bit chilly. It's almost there.
Yeah.
Almost there.
It's supposed to be like 70 in a couple days.
That'd be nice.
So far, my favorite beer today has been this one right here.
Yeah, for sure.
The buffer, little something.
Cheers.
Little something.
I found these
All right.
guys at a gas station a while back, and it's like they're really good. They're like really high alcohol content too.
Yeah.
7.5.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go see if a special guest wants to try this next beer.
Okay.
Our
Cool.
special guest.
It is named after her, so she probably should.
Oh, Murphy. I get it.
The name's Murphy.
John Murphy.
What is his name in RoboCop? It's not Peter Murphy because that's a singer.
Good old Peter Murphy. RoboCop.
John Murphy, right? No.
It wasn't played by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No.
So his name wasn't John,
Wasn't John.
because that's the only name he
John
pronounced.
Matrix.
My name is John.
My name is John. My name is Richard Kimball, you idiot.
I'm a cop, you idiot.
Great. To the chopper.
Peter Weller is his name, but what's RoboCop's name?
I got it. Don't say it. Alex Murphy. Right? Alex Murphy.
RoboCop.
You're coming with me, creep.
Yeah, Alex Murphy.
Yes,
Got it.
I got it. I used to freaking love that movie. So, like,
He
as
got destroyed in the beginning. That was like the first time
oh my
I saw
god,
some
that was
gore.
like,
I was
dude,
like,
crazy
whoa.
gore. It kind of blows my mind too, especially like being with Emily, my girlfriend and stuff, and like we try to, with the kids and stuff, like try to not have them like around all this like cussing and go, like we try to protect them from all that stuff the best we can. Kind of tough in this whole YouTube age, like they've all heard it before. We're kind of like retroacting all this behavior because some of them do let like cuss words slip out, but we're trying to like, you know, have like the best environment for them growing up.
Yeah.
Flash forward to me, like I think that movie came out in like '87. It seems like my parents didn't give a shit. Like I watched RoboCop when I was like a little freaking kid, and that movie, I don't know if you've seen it lately. That's a pretty brutal one, man.
Yeah, it's got a lot of nudity too, I think.
Yeah, it's got red.
It's rated R for
that
sure.
That '70s show, Bitches Leave. It's crazy. Drug use? Oh my god, Dad, what were you thinking?
Yeah, I feel that even for my parents because they let me watch Aliens, and that gave me nightmares for years.
Right? Didn't seem like anybody cared back in those days.
Yeah,
really.
just fuck it, who cares? But
the rating system was more of a suggestion than anything else.
Yeah, rated R was just
not to mention, I feel like movies were just more brutal back then. Like I don't think they really get like
for
sensitive
sure in the
ears,
80s, yeah.
sensitive ears nowadays.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
post 9/11 media.
I'll
That's
bring
what
this
it
up
is.
when John Mann comes back.
Okay. Yeah, that's that post 9/11 media. Like all of a sudden, everyone knew what. Like before, it was people wanted to like, what if America got fucked with, or what if we all got killed and there was only one person left, and then after 9/11, it's like, oh shit, I know what that's like.
Yeah,
maybe we should take death a little more seriously.
Yeah, and I do feel that. I get that.
Yeah. I'm sorry? It's a chargeable, unfortunately. But we're good. We'll be blue.
We'll be blue.
Dabu-dee-dabu-die.
The blue episode.
The Blue Album. Blue is house with a blue little window and a blue Corvette. I saw them in Vegas, the Blue Man Group.
Blue Man Group. I heard they're good.
Totally worth the tickets, for sure. It was fun. Like, it was high quality stuff. They were catching marshmallows in their mouth.
Damn.
They got shot with silly string.
I haven't heard much from. Are they? They're like a real band then. They're like they're actual. They have the stage show. But but they're still real musicians, right?
Yeah, there's multiple Blue Men, I think,
Okay.
but they all kind of play the same sort of characters.
I like that song they did with Dave Matthews, Sing Along. I don't know if you ever heard that one. It's really good.
No. What's that called? I'm gonna look that up.
We were talking about how sensitive people have got. Like we're talking about like me as a father, trying to protect my kids from like all this like harsh content. But meanwhile, like when I was a kid, I was allowed to watch RoboCop and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You feel like movies have gotten more tame, or at least people's sensibilities have gotten more tame over the years, and people are offended. It seems like people are offended by a lot more these days.
No, people are definitely offended by a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think, I don't want to like, I also think like PG-13 movies are a lot different than what they were when we were kids.
Yeah, that's true.
I was watching Army in Darkness when I was a kid. That was rated R.
Yeah.
Would that be rated R today?
Probably not.
Really?
Probably not.
Why is that? Is it just not that violent, or?
Well, it was violent, but not like crazy, super violent. There was no tits. There was like
It wasn't.
there
like-
was no
it wasn't-
swearing.
It definitely wasn't Evil Dead. Like it wasn't like
Yeah.
Evil Dead 1 or 2.
Hmm.
Like Okay, that probably would have been passable.
Let's get up a little bit closer. Can't hear you.
Get me.
Get up on
there
that.
we go. Get me.
There we go.
Get up on that.
It's kind of like I don't know. There seems to be
Sorry, I will be the dick. If you want to step like a little
farther.
further,
Okay.
like
Is that better?
we get you right there, and I'll post up your
Okay.
your
Let's
your
just stay
volume.
right here.
That way you don't have as much pops.
Oh,
Is
perfect.
that cool?
Yeah, that's great. I'm the poppy guy. Is that good?
Poppy.
Perfect. All right. I'm not going to lean
Say
in anymore.
No, it's all right. You can lean a little bit.
Like the Monster Squad, I guess. Like that wasn't. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
What were we talking about? I got distracted by the
Just stay like four.
microphones.
Just stay like 4 inches away
Okay.
from the mic. All right.
exactly 4
Sorry.
inches. No more.
I'm sorry. Yeah, but I think PG-13 movies are a little bit different. We cannot edit that out. All right. This is 100% live, and you
Yes.
get what you get.
You get what you
All
get.
right. You get all of our flaws,
Live recording.
all of our perfect imperfections. Oh, I think that's the song.
If not, it should
All
be.
my perfect
Um,
imperfection. I don't know if that's how it goes. It's your next song.
But
You're welcome.
yeah, I just think they're different, man. I
Yeah.
just, but I do think people are more sensitive to certain subjects now.
Are Marvel movies PG-13? Or are they mostly PG?
I think they're mostly PG. Only a couple have been PG.
They don't show blood.
No.
Like when someone
Yeah.
gets sliced up, there's no blood.
I think maybe the Winter Soldier was PG-13. Perhaps.
Oh, that's the gritty one.
That's the gritty one.
Yeah, he does choke out an old woman in that one.
Well, and I don't know. It's hard because, like, I don't view, and I don't think anyone really does like view nudity as like a really sensitive thing. But I guess in some situations, if it's like only women or like you're sexualizing the women in like some certain way, then that's when like people become sensitive
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, because like early Spielberg films, like say The Goonies, they say a lot of like raunchy things and
Yeah.
all the time, and like the whole scene with like the penis and stuff that would never fly these days.
Yeah.
There were more kids, like automatic, like back in the 80s, kids cursing was hilarious, just automatically.
It still
Yeah.
is,
Still
in my
is,
opinion.
yeah.
Have you
Still
seen that
is.
new Seth Rogen movie?
Yeah, The Good Boys.
The Good Boys, that trailer for
Yeah,
that?
it looks hilarious.
Looks hilarious.
Stranger Things too.
Stranger Things. They had the It movie. Those kids cuss up a storm.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It's it's taking you back to another place, which I think that we're greatly missing nowadays. I welcome that kind of those kind of
No,
movies
I
back.
agree, man. I don't know why there's too much. Like
you gotta have
honestly,
more faith in your
honestly, I
audience.
think. Well, no, not that. I just think that studios are so afraid to put out a product that they're just skipping all. Okay, this might offend someone. This might offend someone. So let's just take it out.
Yeah. Even if
Or
it might
dole it
not
down.
give them a rated R, they're just like, we don't
Well,
want to get the flack
Well, like
for
like
it.
like ratings aside, like this joke might be too sensitive, so we're not going to say it. Or
Here's the thing, right? I'm gonna drop a bomb here, and then I'm gonna go use the bathroom. This whole thing with James Gunn being brought back. So, like, James Gunn's coming back as director of
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Of course.
He was let go because of some.
give me
tweets.
what I want. Give me what I want.
He was let go because he made.
Thank you,
some,
Batista.
He made some comments. Honestly, horrible. I don't know if you ever read them before, but they are
I saw some,
very tasteless.
and from what I remember, they were very in a joking manner.
They were in a
and
joking manner,
kind
but
of
they were-
ironic.
yeah, but they were tasteless.
Yeah,
Kind
kind of lowbrow
like
humor
pedophilia
for sure.
humor too in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty
Making
dark.
light of very heavy situations.
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
it was done in humor, and I kind of feel like them, like obviously, what the guy Alan Horn was the director of Disney. Pretty much, this all came up. They let him go right away. It was like a knee jerk reaction to pull him off the project right away. I think flash forward a year, now they're bringing him back on. Kind of feels like a victory for everybody who's made a joke that didn't land. I think everybody's made a
The
bad
thing is,
joke.
like, everyone makes bad jokes.
James, oh, you shouldn't have said that.
Everyone makes
Yeah.
bad jokes. It's one thing to make a bad joke and to actually be a bad person.
yeah,
Yeah,
which
like
I don't feel
Weinstein,
like he's a bad person.
bad person.
Bad person.
Masturbating in front of people like Louis C.K. That's kind of a bad
It's a
thing.
lot
Bad thing.
different making a joke than actually masturbating in front of somebody.
You know,
Yeah.
because I've made plenty of bad jokes.
Yeah.
I can make a bad joke right now,
And they
but
just slip
it would
out, too.
get taken off YouTube, so I'm not going to make it.
Yeah, don't do it.
No,
Crash
it's just,
and burn.
No, it's just, it's one of those things, man. Like, you can't
Yeah.
live your life in fear.
They definitely
And I
saw
feel like
that.
right now, the thing is right now with social media is everyone is a media broadcaster pretty much.
Yeah.
Everything is being heard. Everything is being videotaped. There's no leeway, which there is some good to that. There is.
Mm-hmm.
I think people have to watch their backs a little bit more, and maybe they'll do a better, be a better person because of it. But I also think it brings down a lot of like the good people just trying to make jokes.
Yeah, and trying to
Right.
like push comedy, like evolve comedy and stuff.
People like to push those envelopes, man. Not here though.
Oh, we push envelopes, man.
Literally.
Right back.
Someone give me an envelope.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the sensitivity era is definitely running its course. Like it's fine to be, in my opinion, it's fine to be sensitive, but I think we're like so overly sensitive that it is just, you have, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people misinterpret what comedians try and do. It's like some people might see a horrible, tasteless joke, like from some big name. It's usually a big name comedian who says
Mhm.
something that's like, quote unquote, offensive. But it's like, what has he done? He has brought to light that issue
Yeah.
and stuff. And perhaps that comedian thinks it is a bad issue, so he decides to talk about it and do what he or she does best, which is make comedy out of it.
Yeah.
And even though it makes you laugh, it's still putting it in your head that this is a thing. Like Chris Rock and or like any black comedian talking about discrimination. Like, yes, it makes everyone laugh and it's funny, but it's like
Yeah, but
they're putting it out there.
So what I hate about the whole thing, and it drives me fucking nuts. All right, it's okay. I am a white male. I get it. But why do we have such a double standard on everything? Why is it that an African American or any other minority group comedian could diss on white people, but if a white person diss on a black person, it is 100% you're a fucking racist? But on the other end, the black person can do it. Like I just
I agree with you.
I just don't like the double standard.
Yeah.
If I can't do it, then they shouldn't be able to do it either. And it's not like I'm saying like I'm a big, huge fucking bigot racist
Yeah.
and I make all these, really bad jokes. But if they are allowed to do it, then why can't I?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. It's all about how you do it.
But I think the double standard is how racism grows and becomes a bigger deal because, like a different person than I am might take offense to that. And then all of a sudden they start hating that group because they make fun of us. And it's the same way around. Like if I make fun of African Americans or Native Americans or Indians or however, like they could resent me.
There's a great quote from Trey Parker and Matt Stone, South Park, where they're like, you have to be willing to make fun of everybody. Like the minute that you give someone a pass, that's like you're part of the problem. Like
you're choosing favorites.
Yeah,
for sure.
No,
it's like Daniel Tosh. You just talk shit about everybody.
Yeah,
Like
that's
just,
honestly the most unracist thing you can do. It's just hate everyone equally.
That's what I do. I hate, dude. I hate white people.
Yeah.
There's
fucking
groups.
yuppies.
There's groups of every single race, every single
That
religion
you can hate without being racist.
That I can
Yes,
hate
it's
or
true.
dislike without being racist.
Yeah, it's
And
just the person that I fucking dislike.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that we need to focus more on the person instead of the race or color or their gender.
A dick,
Yeah,
an
people
asshole
play that
has
card
no
too.
color.
No.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
They're all brown.
They are. The thing is, like, and what I don't get is, all right, I am fine 100% with gay marriage, whatever, to each their own. Love whoever you want. What I don't get is why doesn't Congress like just let that shit go?
Yeah.
Because you get money from them.
Right?
You get tax money. You get all these benefits from married couples So let them marry.
What is the big deal?
You know,
Right.
like they're not thinking this through. If they were real businessmen, they'd be like, of course we want these people getting married. You know, they're not.
Right.
See,
it's
and
even
that's
more
like,
crazy because like you go back to like 1980 and people were still having that gay people should marry conversation. It's like, why did that take so fucking long for you to just like,
why does everyone care?
yeah,
Like, I
why
don't
is that
care.
such a big deal?
You know, like, dude,
Why?
just let people live their lives, and then everything else will just go like run its course.
Right. Just let us live our lives and pay our taxes. Like, what's the fucking problem,
Exactly, man. You know. Just,
Oh, you put your penis in that? You don't.
but I think that's like the big problem. They're like the separation of church and state is starting to get smaller and smaller and smaller, and now we're starting to make all these laws based on a book that was created.
I think that was the past.
Now we're getting into it. We're
We don't-
living in a dangerous time right now.
We are, but that separation is like now all of a sudden we have, in order to be a Congress or president or this leader, you have to pray and you have to make sure that I
you
believe in
some
God.
invisible thing in the sky.
Why? Why is that? Like
But-
I'm not bashing religious people. You could believe in whatever you want, but why do we have to have a religious leader?
It seems like too. It's like more. It's middle America really. That's kind of like dictating like all these policies and everything.
The
It's not-
majority.
yeah, and I don't even know if it is the majority really anymore.
No, it's not.
I think just because like with gerrymandering and all that shit and stuff like that, that's why it seems like it's a majority.
It gives the impression.
Honestly, okay, here we're gonna get deeper in it.
Yep, we're getting in there. We're getting in there, man.
I think that
Opened up a can.
the Republican Party's kind of it's on its way out, I think, because it's not something that's self-sustaining. Right now what you're seeing is folks that are on the verge of extinction trying to fight to still stay relevant and trying to fight to still stay I don't know, ahead of the curve. That's why you have so many, because like the whole policy and everything of keeping the rich rich and the poor, that doesn't work out in the long term. That doesn't make for more Republicans. That's like something that
Well, the Democrats do the same thing.
oh, that's true. That's true.
Well, the thing is, sorry to interrupt you.
Oh no, you go ahead. Go ahead.
But the thing is, we have this very big social divide, right? Of either you are on the right or you're on the left.
Yeah.
But what is happening right now is you got the right that are taking everything to the extreme right. And
Yeah.
you got the left that are taking everything to the extreme left. There is no middle anymore. Like it is either you're a socialist Democrat or a right wing.
It's so partisan too. It's like ridiculous. Like
No,
how-
it is crazy. There's
yeah.
no middle ground anymore. It's either you are right, you are left, and we are both on the extreme. We
Yeah.
are Christian loving, gun toting, white people. And then on this end, we are, let's take 90% of your money and we will let the government take care of you.
Mhm.
We are so far, like there is no in between right now. And that's the problem, is that it's either one way or another. And we need to come together as a country to get more of this middle ground.
Yeah.
Because for one, we cannot let the government take care of us.
No.
And for two, we can't let a bunch of racist, super, not saying all Republicans are racist, but we can't let just like the gun-toting, I'm trying not to sound like weird about it, but like
No, I
like
get
the
you.
super right wing. We can't let the super right wing win either, because that's just bad. We don't need Jesus dictating our laws, and we also don't need I don't know, rich white people dictating our laws. We need a little mix of both.
We're the melting pot, right? That's like what our country's founded on, the separation of church and state and
Yes.
stuff. And like,
But it is like slowly beginning to not have a separation.
agreed.
And like that separation is getting between the two is like all of a sudden you're super NRA, super gun. Everyone should own a gun. No restrictions, no nothing, versus let the government control your and dictate your whole life.
How do you feel about all this white nationalist violence happening these days?
Dude,
Ooh, it's
there's
bad.
violence
Bad
everywhere,
press.
man.
Bad press, man.
There's violence everywhere, man. And that's another thing with social media. This stuff has always happened, but right now we just get our information so quickly
yeah.
that this has always happened.
Mm-hmm.
We have always had violence every part of the country, every part of this country, every part of every country. But with social media, we just get it now, and we know about it now.
Yeah.
And it should be a little bit of awakening because, you know, at least we know about it.
I think it's like what happened in New Zealand is a horrible thing.
Well, yeah, of
but,
course,
like,
it's a
yeah,
horrible thing that
I
happened.
agree with you.
Yes.
But I think it's kind of a good thing that we don't get the filtered version anymore.
Yeah.
That dude live streamed his actions, and people just straight up got it. And I think, like, I'm kind of an optimist. I think people are it's going to go the way he didn't want to go. Like, he wanted to incite some kind of, like, race war and shit. But I think the fact that his actions were so readily available that it shocked so many people, I think New Zealand is going to come out of it a better community.
I hope. I really
after
do
this
hope.
thing.
Because you think you have a firm grasp on what life's like now, and then there's like a shakeup where you feel like you don't understand. Like shakeups like this happen, and then you feel like you don't understand your own, the human race anymore. Really, like you feel like you have a good grasp on what's going on, and then crazy shit happens, and it's like, well, maybe I don't.
Like,
maybe I'm
have
not
any
with.
clue.
Yeah, maybe I'm not with the other, the populace, I guess.
Well, it's hard because when stuff like this happens, you have to find blame, and then you all of a sudden you're like, oh, maybe we'll become a better country. So as a better country, you need to find the blame and the cause for the situation, and it's usually guns, or it's usually
Like just
extremism. How do you combat guns or extremism?
Yeah.
Well, you can't take away everyone's guns because that's just going to cause more extremism.
It's not the answer either, because anybody that's going that wants a gun to do malintent is going to get a gun.
They're going to
anyway,
get it. They're going to get it no matter what.
Yeah.
But how do you stop the extremisms? Well, I don't have perfect answers, but the thing is, if like we start treating everybody as an equal and not give somebody special privileges because of their color or take away those privileges because of their color, like if everyone is just strictly equal, no matter what,
just
everyone has the same
humans, yeah.
opportunities.
Just humans.
We're just people.
Yeah.
But that is a hard thing to do. Like, how do you control and distribute equalism? You know, you can't do it. We got these laws. We got these people that we elect into our senates. And the reason we elect them is to make decisions for us.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh, that is the better of the two. But there's still laws that they make that you don't agree with.
For sure.
You know, and this side, you may agree with them less, but there's some stuff that you like from them. So how do we elect these officials to make decisions for us? And that's the problem. We have these people making decisions for us. But are those decisions that they're trying to make and what they tell you, are they in true...
Are they rooted in...
Like, are they really trying to help
better the
you,
community?
or are they trying to help themselves and their party?
And really, with the electoral college, are we really electing anyone? Really, like is
No,
is
you're
the voice
making
of the public ever being heard? Really,
you're making a suggestion, and then the boss is the one who goes like, "Well, I hear you, but that's not where I'm gonna go."
Well, there's flaws on both ends. There really is.
Yeah.
You got electoral college here, right? You got all of Eastern Washington, where we live, that are mainly Republican, and their vote doesn't really matter, because the heart of the matter is that Seattle and their metro area dictates our blue brand, which is Democrat.
Yeah.
Right? So we got one metro area determining for the whole state, that we are blue. But we got all of Eastern Washington that is not blue. There is laws for Eastern Washington's farmers and cattle people that would benefit from more Republican laws, you know, and they never vote Democrat, but you got our metro area. So
I saw a build the wall sign on my way over here today.
Yeah.
Really? Where?
Just on the freeway.
It's right next to 164th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it a few times.
Wow. Didn't expect that.
Yeah, it's like it's
Been
actually
up for a while.
it's after 164th, and if you go to like going towards Mount Lake Terrace.
It's a big old sign on a tree.
I'm from
but-
El Paso, and I can tell you there's already a wall, and it already
it's
doesn't
there.
work.
But does the popular vote work either? You know, you would think, oh yeah, popular vote works every time.
Yeah, bunch of non-experts choosing.
But how many of those votes are getting double counted or not counted? There's so many conspiracy theories with everything.
It's tough. It goes back to Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight, where a man can be corrupted and any man can be taken, but a symbol that's harder to corrupt.
A symbol is timeless.
Exactly, man. That is
True.
exactly it, man.
Yeah. That's what those movies are about. That's why they're so good.
Well, the thing is, like,
A man can be killed. A symbol can't.
we just got deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. Deep.
It is good though. It's good because we need to explore these conversations because these conversations aren't going away.
No.
You know, we can't always just talk about movies and all the good, fun, happy pony stuff that goes on in the
And
world.
honestly, they'll be here long after we're gone. Like, this is probably not solvable in our generation.
Yeah.
No, it's really not, man. Well, 2063, Zephyr Cochrane launches the first warp drive, and then we take our first contact.
When do we make first contact?
Is that canon?
2063, yeah. It's
Okay,
canon.
great. How old are
Dude,
we gonna be
I
then?
think I'll be
Yeah.
alive, hopefully.
I probably would. I think we will be alive.
So we got
That'd be
another
amazing.
50 years.
Yeah, we should podcast
40
on
years?
that day.
Oh,
On first contact day.
absolutely will.
Yeah.
I'll be
Oh,
there.
absolutely.
Actually, I plan on being there.
We should make a pact. We'll go there.
Zephyr
We'll go
Cochrane's going to be there.
Where
and he's
is
gonna be
it?
like, it's in Montana.
Montana.
So
Yeah.
we should go. We should make a pact that we will go there and podcast on that day in that location
Packed. Take
Packed.
it right here.
all right.
right here. We got this.
Another pact. When they asked
You
for
can only
like
do
the
one.
first 10,000 for Mars to go to Mars and never go
I'm
back.
not going.
You wouldn't go?
No.
Why not?
Because I'd miss Zephyr Cochrane Day.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd miss first contact.
No, but you might be
You can't
the
make-
one that does first contact.
You can't
would
make
be
you
first
can't make a
contact.
pact that overrules another pact.
Especially after that pact was made. This is ridiculous. I can't believe we're talking about that.
So when Zephyr Cochrane goes up to meet the first Vulcan,
We can have-
I'm gonna run or wheel because I'll probably be old as fuck and just be like, "It's me, it's me, it's me."
Who's that? James Cromwell. Sweet baby
I
Jesus.
think he died, didn't he?
No, I think he's still alive.
Did he?
I'm gonna check this out.
Yeah,
real quick.
check that out. Google that shit. Fact check.
I think he's still
All
alive.
right, so
probably do
we have a
some beer.
little bit of a change of plan. So the wife does want to try the Murphys. So is it
She is a
okay if
Murph.
we
Go with this
try,
one?
Yeah,
try the red
sure.
instead?
Yeah, for sure.
You done with that?
Yeah.
Red.
He's still alive.
He lives. He lives.
6'6" too.
I don't think I'd go
Tall
to the
motherfucker.
Mars mission, but I would totally go to the Io mission. Mars, moon of Jupiter, that is arguably way better for survival than Mars is because it's a volcanic kind of planet. So you have like these resources to like energize your environments and stuff, keep you warm, all that. Mars is like just a dead rock.
Have you guys seen IO yet on Netflix?
Yeah, I did watch it.
Isn't
It's
it good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
pretty
good. Good old sci-fi stuff. It's
I
kind
feel
of
like the kids would like it.
reminiscent of those.
But there's like this out of place sex scene, like right in the middle, that now I can't show that to him. Like it's like
You know what, Eric? I think you can, man.
I think I can.
Kitchen with you.
I think I can.
when you can try and do like the just
All
so nonchalant about the whole sex thing that they'll just be like,
We're not supposed
I don't
to
give a
talk
fuck
about
about.
this. I told you guys this
all
in
right.
confidence.
All right. So I remember watching Family Guy with my parents, right? Early on in the Family Guy days. And I remember in the first few episodes, like he was a toy maker, right? So he brought
Yeah.
this toy. It was a zucchini that vibrates, right? I remember watching with my parents, just laughing my ass off, like inside, because it's obviously a vibrator, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It has
Yeah.
like a face on it.
But like, I couldn't talk to my parents about that because
No.
how am I supposed to know what a vibrator is?
Awful.
Are you watching the porn?
All right, this is a ruby
Though-
red brew with a gentle hop bitterness
Ooh,
and sweet
I like the sound
malt
of that.
finish.
I
A
like the
ruby
sound of
red
that.
brew with a gentle hop bitterness and sweet malt finish. 4.5% alcohol, so pretty weak on the alcohol content. Smith Witch,
Hit me up.
Smith Wicks has been brewing in Ireland for over 300 years. Like the castles at the heart of Kilkenny, where Smith Wicks
Kilkenny.
was founded. It could be, Kilkenny. Well, whatever.
Light the beacons. Kilkenny
Where
calls for
Smith Wicks was
aid.
Our brews have stood the test of time.
the
This
beacons
ru-
are lit.
This ruby red brew earned its rightful place as Ireland's most loved ale. Now brewed in Dublin, this red ale has blend of mild hops, sweet malt, and roasted
All right,
barley.
all you Irish people, do you agree that that is Ireland's
Is this
best ale? Like, come on, that's a pretty
a
heavy
bold
thing.
Ireland's
Yeah, it's a
most
bold statement.
loved ale right here?
Oh, ale. Yeah.
All I know is John
Maybe.
Man and I have had our eye on this guy for a while now, so we're gonna
So,
pour this.
I do
Um,
like red ales.
I'm gonna make a little eye note, like probably right here, right there. Yep, right there. Once this video goes live, I'm gonna make a poll for you guys. You are Irish. Let me know, and I was just gonna be a simple yes or no poll on whether or not this is Ireland's most beloved or loved ale. All right, you let us know.
Bullshit, right?
No, it can't be bullshit. This is Smithwick's.
I've never been to Ireland before, but now that I know that I'm 3%, maybe I will.
Honestly, so me and my wife, we're trying to buy a house right now, and if it falls
In
through,
Ireland?
no, but if it falls through and we don't find a house this summer, we're gonna go to Ireland.
Oh, might as well.
Oh yeah, you've been saving a bit.
Oh, we have so much money saved.
Right on.
Stupid.
It's amazing.
It's a win-win, man. Don't stress.
Ooh.
Either you're going on a lifetime vacation, once in a lifetime
This looks
vacation, or
fucking
you're getting
fantastic.
a nice house.
That looks fucking fantastic.
Perfect
So,
head. It
I-
just kind of appeared. Out of
I think we
nowhere.
have our winner, but so I gotta taste it
Oh,
first.
you gotta taste it first. Don't count your chickens.
I'll wait for the head to subside a little bit.
Quite a nice pour.
Quado.
We'll be right back on BBC.
After these messages,
On BBC America. Doctor Who.
is there such thing as a BBC America?
Yeah.
British Broadcasting Company.
Yeah, of
America.
America.
That's
Taking
where I
over.
watched Top Gear.
Yeah.
Show kicks ass.
Yeah.
Have you been watching Grand Tour? I don't know if you like Top Gear. Who likes Top Gear?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
You know what I do like
I know
about
it's
it
pretty popular.
and what goes on? I like how they're unsponsored, unapologetic about their cars.
Yeah.
You know, like
They just review them and they'll talk shit and they'll say some good stuff about it.
if they like the car, they like it, and if they don't like it. And that's what I love about it because it's pretty much PBS.
Yeah.
Like they're not getting sponsored to like sponsor Ferrari or sponsor.
Yeah.
You know, they're just. Oh man, I'm really looking forward to drinking this beer.
Yeah, if you have Amazon Prime, you should watch Grand Tour. It's good. It's like
Check it out.
Is it like the same?
I've
it's
heard a
the
lot of good
same,
things.
only each episode is kind of like a special. You know how Top
Mhm.
Gear had the special where it's like they go to a different country. It's like that each time.
Oh, nice.
And they get rid of the whole celebrity drives the car thing because
What
nobody
is
liked
this?
It's a flashlight.
Just like Dark Knight Rises.
it. What is
Where's
it?
the
It's-
trigger? Where's the trigger?
I'm gonna blow up a hospital.
Yes, Bruce.
You know?
The deepest knife is the one that sticks in the hardest, Bruce.
I can't breathe. Please fix me.
Do you know how I got these scars?
My father.
You
was-
understand? I have to kill you now. You'll have to imagine. You only have to imagine the fire.
You fight like a young man.
That is a nice red beer you have.
Admirable?
But mistaken.
Do you feel in charge?
You feel in charge.
I am the League of Shadows, here to fulfill Ra's al Ghul's destiny.
So how about this beer we're about to drink?
I'm gonna smell it.
I find it blinding.
Have you guys seen Venom yet?
I did. That's
Yeah,
another
what'd you
one I
think?
watched. I forgot I watched that.
What'd you
one.
think?
I thought it was just fine.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Like
Irish Red.
it's the
Oh, look, it's even red in color. You know, there's something to be said.
What the fuck is up with Tom Hardy's accent in Venom, though? Like, what
that's
is
his
that?
thing. He always has a weird fucking accent.
Okay.
That's like his thing.
You know, when a red beer
He always has his face
isn't
covered.
red, there's some, like, I just don't trust it. But this is a red beer right here.
Probably can't see because
God damn, man. There's fucking electronics and shit.
How much does that cost? Like $400?
Probably.
That is red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll get a bill.
Bill. John Mann Studios.
Start my own podcast.
I think we have a winner.
Fuck yeah. About
Yeah.
time.
About
Flavor.
Flavor
Oh.
City. Flavor City.
God.
Oh,
That
but
is
let's
good.
finish our thought on Venom as we sip on this lovely beer.
Okay. What did you think?
Because I
I
don't want to
didn't see
just
it.
drop the subject. It was good. I thought it was really good. I think I can see where Tom Hardy came from when he said that it wasn't the cut that I wanted, because there is a lot of like rated R kind of
Kinda
violence,
seems like
but then they like kind of
Thrown
skim
in
over
there out
it.
of nowhere. Like, it just seems like some of it seems out of place.
Yeah,
They do throw
it
the
does
one
seem
F.
like
They
corporate
throw the
got
one
in there.
F-bomb in there. You can totally feel the
They wanted
thumbprint
so
of
bad.
Deadpool. Like, you can feel it in there. Like, they wanted to go a certain way, but maybe couldn't go all that way.
Yeah, and then someone decided at some point that no, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
We're going to make it PG-13. It's going to be fine. But maybe, hopefully, they'll come out with the director's cut. That'd be really cool.
At the very end, there's like just an F-bomb thrown in there out of nowhere.
Yeah, and like
I only noticed
heads
it
get
because
bitten off.
I saw it with my son, and he was like, he did a Bill Cosby face when they threw the F-bomb. He was like,
Oh, are we allowed to say Bill Cosby on the air right now? I don't know if we're allowed to do
All
that.
silent the rest of the movie. He was like, I saw some
Alright.
shit. PTSD. Rape.
what? What? Jesus Christ.
He's in jail. That's not allegedly.
Nothing's allegedly there.
Nothing's allegedly. My God, all these people going down.
See, these are the jokes that people get in trouble for and
Right.
get fired over.
No, who's gonna fire us?
Now we're never gonna be hired by Disney to do anything. Damn it.
Oh man. Oh, speaking of
William
Disney,
Cosby.
He did the pudding pop face when they dropped the F-bomb. He's
the
like,
bull pop.
let's get a pudding pop.
The bull.
I don't know how you
Let's
segue.
put the pill in the drink and then you take advantage of the lady in the pudding pop.
And you put the brophy in the drink and you got for drinking up.
I don't know how you segue into anything after that. I really don't. Can you? Are you allowed to segue into
You
anything?
put the pill in the drink.
Because anything after this, anything after this is just going to be associated with Bill Cosby.
Right? You put the lime in the coconut and drink it all up.
Except lime
It's
is
a pill.
some Zyrtec.
All right.
I think there's no segue. I think you just forget what was just said and move on to
Do you
the
think
next
Bill
topic.
Cosby had some like stellar custom made pill that he used since he's so
Cos-
rich?
The Cosby.
Yeah, they called it the pill.
They call it it's got all different kinds. Like when you have a little one, all the way to the big one's called the Fat Albert.
for the big girls.
For the big girl.
Wow.
Tasteless, custom made.
It's okay. They're people of color. I can't.
Yes, yeah, we can say this.
Well, actually, I guess you can't be. I mean, if you're a sexual aggressor, you're allowed to make fun of them, right?
He's far beyond.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's guilty. By the way. Oh, we don't condone Bill Cosby's actions. By the way.
Oh no.
No, we're making fun of him. I
yeah.
think that's clear.
Yeah.
That we're just pissing on him.
Another, yeah.
Which is fine. Everyone loves that at this
Like
point.
in the back of my toilet, in the bottom of my toilet, I have Bill Cosby's face in there, and I just piss in it every single day.
I guess I was a Cosby Show fan. I think I was. So yeah, here's another question. Can you? Because like fucking everybody's getting in trouble nowadays. Everyone. Like fucking everybody's going down left and right. Can you separate the person from the art? Like after the fact, the stuff comes out horrible.
No.
They're convicted. Can you still go back and enjoy what they did before?
It depends. If they're convicted, then they're legally not allowed to like get restitution from a lot of their things. Like it does get stripped from them, but if like I know that I'm directly supporting them, like Kevin Spacey, like he's not convicted. So if when I watch House of Cards, I'm directly contributing to his paycheck. And I feel like I don't want to do that.
Yeah, but
he's a
look
fucking
how many
dickhead.
like the Weinstein productions. There's so much.
Many stuff. Yeah.
Like there's no way you could just stop watching every single one.
Sure, like any Miramax film
Mhm.
has his hand in it.
Yeah.
And like so that means every Tarantino film kind of is a Weinstein picture.
It is.
So here's an interesting article that I actually read recently. Like obviously, I think more so I feel the way I do about Johnny Depp because of how overexposed he is. But like now, like there's new information coming out that maybe this Amber Heard may have been a little
I heard of
insane
that.
to the membrane, and there's actually video evidence that he isn't some kind of spousal abuser and that she was actually the abuser. It's like people pretty much after like news came out about
Was that like a
him,
whistleblower?
yeah. So people like kind of wrote him off after a while. Now it seems like the reverse is kind of happening where it wasn't him. It was the girl.
Just yeah.
But people like, you know, they jumped on his case right away and convicted him before he was guilty. And it seems like he may have been innocent in all that. I mean, he's still like a wino and stuff. And,
For sure, yeah.
But who isn't a wino?
right. Exactly.
Who doesn't like wine?
So it's kind of tough, right? Like all these allegations come out, and like you tend
You don't
to
like wine?
I love wine, rosé.
You want
And
Johnny
white
Depp to just
wines.
pretend that he doesn't like wine anymore?
No. I mean, but if I was in his position, you think how much beer would I buy? Like I have a 2016 beer in my fridge right now that's supposed to be aged.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Fancy.
not the
You can
copious-
age beer.
Certain beers are better with age. It has like the wax seal and everything on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. 2016.
Mm.
By the time I actually drink it, it's probably
Nice.
gonna taste like shit, but
Worth
worth every penny.
Here in the
all that
hound-
time. In the
Maybe I'll try to
fridge.
sell it.
The Hound of the Baskervilles.
Yeah,
in the
so
distance.
if it's bad or good, fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah.
He made a profit. The Hound of Bakersville.
Well, it's like my dad. He has a few koi fish.
Yeah.
Right now, right, and
Nice.
they're almost like full size now. Well, not full size, but they're like a foot. I don't know how big koi fish get, but he got them for like pennies on the dollar, right? And he
Yeah.
raised them and everything. And someone's like, dude, you could sell those for $400 a piece now.
Damn.
$400 a piece,
Oh wow.
which is crazy. And I guess if you have the right colors for the koi fish, they could go up to like $100,000 a fish if you have like the right colors and everything.
Got down.
Apparently there's a koi fish market that I didn't know about, but
Yeah.
$400 for a fucking fish.
Don't they also live super long, like 120 years?
I'm sure, yeah.
So like crocodiles. And
Tortoises.
Yeah. They go for a while, man. This red.
It was good.
Was
Did
good.
Did you already down the fourth glass right
I
there?
wish we had 9 more of them. Man.
No, well, the bottles don't have as
As
much.
much.
So
Dang.
I mean, where is that bottle? No,
This
that one's going to the leading spot.
This might have to be a regular segment in this in our podcast.
Yeah, it's
Let's all buy some beer to put down.
yeah.
See
the
which
taste
ones are
testing.
best.
Well,
Yeah,
the thing is,
taste
you know,
testing.
we get to drink good beer, and then, I mean, the conversations we have in between each beer is pretty amazing.
We took down Bill Cosby. You're welcome.
Yeah. Let's see if we could get a special guest in this.
Took them down a notch. Fucking Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby. Leonard Part 6. Ghost Dad. Ghost Dad. Ghost Dad ain't going to save you now. Bill Cosby.
It's another like early 80s movie thing that people did. It's like someone you love died, and it kind of like paints this fantasy that, oh, he's like doing comedy like right next to you, but he's invisible. It's like kids who watch that grow up and they're gonna be like, my dad's right here, invisible.
I was watching
Doing his
the other
thing.
day, speaking of people that have done horrible things. I don't know if you ever seen that John Ritter, Pam Dauber movie, Stay Tuned.
No.
So they're like a couple and they get sucked into a TV, and it's like this guy sells them a TV and he's Satan, and then like they get sucked into TV and
I've seen Pleasantville.
they have to survive like 24 hours. The person that plays like the main demon is Jeffrey Jones, who got in trouble for pornography. He was also the principal in Ferris Bueller. He was also
that guy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Howard the Duck, and he got in trouble for child pornography.
Naturally.
So it's like, yeah. I mean, to look at the man,
He was Satan.
it seems right. If you look at his face.
Just look at him.
Look at him. He looks like a child pornography. I think he's like Sleepy Hollow.
Just anything that requires him to be like a fuck ugly bastard.
He's really good. Probably typecasted as being a fuck ugly bastard. Probably.
Oh, are we having a special guest?
We are. Here comes our special guest.
Our soprano. She gets a sweet microphone.
Let me see. What else is there to talk about? Captain Marvel, good. Go see it. Creed 2. I saw Creed 2. I don't know if anybody out there is Rocky fans, but I've always been I'm like a huge Sylvester Stallone fan, just regardless. What's up, Mary Murphy?
Ladies and gentlemen. Mary Murphy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Mary Murphy.
First episode.
Yeah, she has our very own mic.
Nice.
I'm just here for the beer.
You gotta talk in the mic.
We'll pour in the
Just here
beer.
for the beer.
Oh, I can hear you. All right.
Just here for the beer.
So we have the perfect beer for you.
Do you want some headphones?
Murphy.
No,
You gotta talk in the mic.
I don't want headphones.
Okay.
Here, switch me spots for a second.
So we're actually here in John and Mary's palatial California estate.
Southern California,
podcasting.
huge.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I'm so white.
Mary Murphy's coming back from the pool and sunbathing.
Can you tell she just washed her hair
Yeah.
in glorious fashion?
I
So
did- oh,
we figured we would bring in our special guest for the last beer because it is the surname of her last name. So hopefully the beer doesn't taste like
How
shit.
Irish would you say you are, Mary?
like 3/4.
3/4? It's a lot of Irish.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only 3%. Found out.
I want to do that.
Yeah, you should.
It was interesting to me that you're actually Native American.
Yeah, it's crazy. 49%, man.
Ah. Although,
Wow.
I've told you this. I really thought you would have been more Middle Eastern.
Yeah, apparently none. None Middle Eastern.
Nothing.
Not even a little?
Not even a little.
I mean, your hair is so far from all of it.
Right?
All of it.
Right?
All of it.
If you don't know, Mary is a hair specialist, so
Yes.
if she judges you by your hair, nothing else.
Mostly
If you have a bad
Native
haircut, She will
Americans.
let you know.
Mostly Native Americans,
Your whole story is
Spanish,
written in your hair.
and Portuguese.
Okay, I could see the How much of the Portuguese?
I think it's like 20%. I think.
It makes
20%?
sense.
Yeah.
They're all over the place.
Yeah.
She's trying very hard to be out of frame right now.
Oh, well, I know. This chair is so short. I'm Irish enough that I am confident
You're still
when
out of
I
frame.
run my DNA, then they're going to be like, Mary Murphy, you got a castle.
Nice. The Murphy Castle.
Murphy is like a super common Irish name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, to you, welcome to our podcast. and
Thank
to you, I
you.
say, shida. That's my Irish impression.
All right.
Shall we pour the Murphy
Yeah, let's
Stout?
pour this up.
Your
Can we
namesake?
make this smaller?
Uh,
If not, it's okay.
no. I think it's
You
the
guys aren't
lowest.
going to want me back in. I'm too high maintenance.
I think that after today, it's going to be like, this is like the most watched part of our podcast. She's the star.
Girl.
We're going to be like, we're the no doubt of podcasting where Mary just takes over after this one episode.
We just want to watch that
Mary's
light.
Gwen Stefani, and we're the other guys from No Doubt.
Oh, man. John, do you play an instrument?
I just bought a guitar.
What?
Yeah,
We could be
I'm
a band.
learning.
I mean, I don't
learning.
sing. Maybe if they auto-tune me, this could be a thing.
I'll be
Yeah.
the what is that
Ooh,
thing
I
that you
heard
just
that.
shake the cymbal? Not the cymbal.
Triangle?
Some serious
Not the
versions.
triangle, but it's like a circle and it has little
I wish we
metal
weren't sitting
plates.
here right
and
now.
just
I would go
ching,
get
ching,
you
ching,
one.
ching, ching.
I got a pink one. Like the maraca. It's like,
Yeah, I could do that too. Just like keep the beat, and I'll provide background singing.
if I tell you where it is, will you go get it?
Ooh, it looks like a milkshake.
Gwen, step down.
Hey, you gotta go like along the edge. Like this. Let me show you.
He's been pouring quite
She's got
well,
it. She's Irish. She's
but
got
let's
it.
see. Yeah, like
You gotta go like right along the edge. Am I in frame?
Can you show?
Right along
Can
the
you show our
edge.
viewers?
I don't know. Can they see?
Oh my God,
I'll show them
that
that.
is a beautiful pour.
So see, and then it makes everything separate into layers,
Ooh.
and then
We're
you get
kinda
that
getting
froth.
yeah. You get that
Go
ombre.
closer. You can't see
You got
it.
that?
You get that ombre
No.
of
The
dark
lighting's
brown to
terrible.
light brown to the head.
Our lamp.
You know what
shone
ombre
up.
means, being a hairstylist, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a gradient.
My question is though, are we like sipping? Are we just shooting this back? Like, what kind of Irish are
we're
we being
simping
today?
and complimenting.
You should knock it back as quickly as possible.
Okay. Well, can I sip first and then knock it back?
Yeah. Take a sip and then compliment on, like, talk about it
Okay.
if you like it or not.
Oh, so we're doing like true.
We're tasting. We're
Okay.
tasting.
We're
They're coffee like.
we're chicharrones right now.
Whoa.
Okay.
This is like
Chicharrones.
this is like iced coffee with no sugar. Hotel
Definitely
coffee.
better than the Guinness, for sure.
I would
Yeah.
say it's a lighter Guinness.
No. You didn't have the first Guinness. That shit was disgusting.
I like Guinness.
If you want some, it's over there.
Huh.
Send it to me.
It's in the bucket.
We all threw it away
You-
because we.
Is it like a mixture of all these beers before I
No,
go like?
no.
No, it's just
It's a
Guinness.
mixture of Guinness.
This
It's
is
only
just
Guinness,
Guinness?
so
Yeah.
far.
The Guinness just.
Guinness was the only one who couldn't
Disappointing.
finish.
You guys, it's literally a lighter Guinness.
This seems darker and thicker and everything.
I mean, this one has more coffee flavor.
Yeah, but the other one had no flavor at all.
All right, you guys,
God
do them side by
I
side.
Buckets.
would put
Did you
it.
guys really spit in there?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
of course not.
See, I just don't. I don't agree with the. That was just our leftover. I don't agree with the
Did
Guinness.
you guys like this one?
That
I
one
tried
was
this
good.
one already.
I like that one.
It wasn't bad. The red was amazing.
I'm telling you, this feels thicker than that does.
It's thicker, but like the flavor profile is lighter.
No. The flavor profile is more pronounced.
All right, internet world, I need you.
Decide.
Murphy's
Buy
or
both.
Guinness.
Taste both.
Yeah,
Come
my
back
vote,
to
yeah.
us.
My vote's for Murphy's.
Mine too.
I mean, if I were to choose, I would choose the Murphy's, but I'm a little biased there. But it definitely is more fuller bodied and a little darker, but it is like flavor profile lighter than the Guinness.
I can feel you. Maybe yeah. I guess it
Hey,
goes down.
super.
It goes down a little smoother than the Guinness does.
That should be our thumbnail. Eric's body with a shot face.
And
Not bad.
And googly
This one was
eyes.
good.
Yeah, I think that's the winner tonight.
I'm gonna get your guys' end here.
Oh well, we just poured those in glasses. So
Thumbnail.
Maybe I just drink a lot of
we're
beer.
also sissified, so that's probably why.
well, we all drink a lot of
Yeah.
beer.
We're all chicharrones here, right?
What kind of beer though?
right. Do you want to grab one? Oh, there's no more left in that. I'll go get a growler out of the keg in a few.
Well,
Hey, you got my
have
growler
you guys
in
had
my
the
growler.
Elysian Red?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
What about like Space Dust?
Space Dust is really good. I get. That
I don't
one
like
right.
Space Dust. It's too IPA for me.
Space
just
Dust will fuck
kinda-
you up.
Yeah, it gives
It
me a
will.
headache too.
Hmm.
That's
It
for
will
sure.
mess you
Any
up.
kind of heavy IPA will get my hangover going like so fast. Even before I'm like going to bed or whatever. Like I'm just
My go-to
getting home and I
when
already
hitting
have
the
a
bar
headache.
is probably like Manny's or Mac and Jack's usually. But I
Yeah,
usually
Mac
go
and
to
Jack's
it,
definitely.
yeah,
go-to.
African Amber is amazing.
Yeah, we usually have Mac and Jack Jack's in the keg, but I switched it up this time around. My bad.
Oh, that's cool. What do you have in there now?
It's not very good.
I have I think it's Blackstone IPA.
Ah,
We'll try it out.
Yep, we will try it out.
what did we have last time? What's
Blackstone
that?
IPA.
Oh,
Trying to get rid of
that
it.
one was pretty good.
You liked it?
Yeah, I think it was acceptable for sure.
Acceptable. Ew.
It's passable for my sensibilities.
What's the worst beer you've ever tasted? If you can't remember it in the name, really, that's the
Corona
worst
It's
beer.
fucking disgusting.
I'd agree.
Really?
Yeah.
I think the worst is Coors for me. Coors
You
is
like
just
Coors?
like Bud Light, but ass.
Have you had Kirkland?
Kirkland?
beer.
No.
Kirkland beer?
Kirkland
beer.
Light is pretty bad. Kirkland Light is pretty bad.
Here's the deal, though.
It's like $6 for a 24
cents
pack.
a can.
You get like a 44
That's a good
pack
deal.
for $20.
So I mean, if you're like
I mean,
partying it up,
that's not
then-
bad.
I'm probably gonna out myself as being sissified right now, but there was
The worst beer was this IPA.
no, there was
we got
one
in
beer that you
France.
have, and right on the label it says you're not gonna like this beer. This is the
Oh.
worst beer you'll ever have.
I know
Because
exactly
blah
what
blah
you're
blah
talking
blah
about.
blah 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 blah. It's arrogant bastard, right? Like trying really hard to be arrogant on the label, and then I took a taste of it, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty bad.
It's
Like,
just
I don't-
gross.
I
Yeah.
don't like it.
Vanessa's stepdad, that was like his favorite beer of all time, and I tasted it, and it's like mud, bitter mud.
Probably the worst beer you'll ever have is probably like something like natural ice or something. Natty ice.
I would drink that over
Would you?
Corona. I mean, I'll drink Corona if
I
we're
love
socially
Corona.
out, but I'm really not that picky about my alcohol.
I mean, if someone else pays for it, you're going to drink it.
Yeah,
Bud
Yeah.
Ice.
yeah,
That's what you drink.
yeah.
That's what you
weird.
drink when you're in high school. Right
Yeah.
there. It's
But-
high school beer.
I don't know. What do you pick if you're picking cheap beer? Like, if you got to go pick cheap beer, what do you pick?
Nostalgia wise, I haven't had it in years, but I remember it being kind of good. Probably totally gross. Malt liquor, but Mickey's.
Every
Mickey's.
40 hands,
I
baby.
think that we should buy some grenades one of these times. Just try it out. Because I have
Drunk cast.
with the bumblebee on it and everything. We should do that one day.
Oh, man.
We should do a drunk
That
cast.
sounds like a puke and rally
Yeah.
to me. You don't get to go
Is
to the
it every
bathroom
cast
till
a
it's
drunk
gone,
cast?
though. Remember? Did
I'm
you
sorry?
play it like
Is it
that?
every cast
Yes,
a drunk
yes.
cast?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
That sounds terrible, but I'm in.
Okay.
I will go Edward 40 hands.
Yes. I could be rose-colored glasses, probably horrible,
Mm.
but
Oh, it's definitely
there's some
Terrible.
there's some nostalgia.
I don't know why we didn't get any Mickeys. I mean, Mickey's an Irish name.
Right, it is.
Is that?
Yeah.
Mickey's, yeah.
It's definitely not an
Gotta
American
be.
name.
Whenever I think Mickey's, I want to sing this song. Hey, Mickey.
It's so fine, it's so
I'll be
fine,
right
you blow
back.
my money, Mickey. I think it is Irish because Walt Disney was like super racist
Well, I don't know if it's
towards everybody but white people, so
I don't
No.
know
he
if
would
it's like
choose an
like,
Irish
No.
I don't know if it's made by
No,
Irish
don't
people.
burst it for me.
one.
Don't ruin Disney for me. Have you told your girlfriend
He
that?
hated Jews.
He did not.
He did.
No.
And women.
No, he did not. You are just lying. 'Cause you-
He purposely didn't hire Jews or people of color or women, even when they were better artists. But
Is this factual?
Well, the thing is, though, well, check this out. Check this out, John.
I don't want to destroy you.
The thing
Destroy
is,
you, right.
there's been one constant in Disney, and then that the lead role has always been a woman.
Oh, that's a angle that I have not thought of.
Maybe he was racist against Jews, but not. The lead roles were always women. Like, when has there ever been a male lead role in a Disney film?
Lion King.
Well, I mean, we can.
Okay.
Well, that's in the 90s. That's quite a long ways after Walt Disney was dead.
Yeah, like after that, like every single lead role was a woman.
You guys, I'm not
Before
feeling these
that,
headphones.
even after
No.
that, even after the Lion King, like the Lion King is like, I'll have to like get some Eric and
I
Mary
guess
here.
maybe some Aladdin.
Aladdin's after Lion King.
Aladdin's
Before, I think. I think
No.
Aladdin's
Yeah.
93, Lion King's 94.
So Eric, we were just talking because John was saying that Walt Disney was a sexist, but then I brought up
And a racist.
and a racist.
Just
But the sexist
for
part
jobs.
is that every single Disney film has had a woman leading role, except for The Lion King and Aladdin.
It's true. I I saw a trailer yesterday. For Frozen 2? All women.
Well, even before, like, it's all women.
Black. Yeah.
Okay, you want to get cultural here? Here we go. I just got so sassy. All right.
Now bring
First
it.
of all, Arabian, which is Middle Eastern, right next to
Yeah.
Indian.
Sure.
Princess Jasmine and Aladdin. Okay, then you have Tiana, who is black.
How
in
many years in
Princess and the
between
Frog.
those two?
From when he died.
Well, look at how many years are in between every Disney movie in general.
It's a Small World was made while he was still alive.
Yeah, and It's a Small World. Have you been there?
Have you-
Yeah.
have
And you know what I
have you
noticed
even
on
been
It's
to
a Small
Disneyland?
World
Do I
is
need to
that
call
all
your
the
girlfriend?
Asian characters had painted black
He's going.
lines, and they didn't get mechanical eyes like everybody else. And I thought that was racist too.
All right.
They just had black painted lines, like, oh, Asians don't get real eyes.
Oh, I guess I could see that.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm just
how would you try Asian eyes?
like normal eyes, obviously,
They're
because
not.
they're the same.
Everybody is different and has their own unique potential, and their eyes are unique and just a little smaller and rounded and squinty.
Yeah, it's all beautiful.
You
You got me
racist
there.
bastard.
Everyone's beautiful.
Yeah.
You got me there.
Oh man.
Don't hate. I'm sorry.
Can't we just go off on a love for Disney right now? I mean, come on. Where do you
John
stand?
does not have the love for Disney.
Where do you stand on
We're
Disney?
good now.
I
I think.
I feel like I need to record you so I can send this to somebody.
Nah, I was just trying to like stir the pot, I'll admit, but
Okay.
like Disney nowadays is like they try very hard to be acceptable throughout the entire world, and that's something that a lot of
I know,
things don't do as much. Like Disney does it the most, where they want to be accepted, like have an acceptable story for everybody.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times they do it right by leaning into the cultural or race portion of it because it is a real part of
Yeah.
life.
Moana.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Moana. How do you say it?
Moana.
But before that, which everybody forgets, is Lilo and Stitch. And actually, I did. They were making me crazy. Okay. Full circle here. It's St. Patrick's Day. Most underrated Disney movie, Brave.
Yeah. that's a
I
good
love
one.
that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Good technically and then good just story-wise and like that was a good mother-daughter film too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I noticed a lot of like guys that grew up with just like brothers didn't like connect with it as much.
Yeah.
But I think that's good because it really fulfilled a niche that wasn't really there as much. Like afterwards, that's when Frozen came out, and that got a lot of press because it was like a true love can be within
Yeah.
a sister and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Like blockbuster status.
Yeah.
Well, and let's just say Frozen had awesome music.
Oh, it did.
Oh yeah,
It was great.
Who's that singer's name? She's amazing. Broadway singer.
In
Whoever played Elsa.
Idris Elba.
Yeah, there
Idris Elba. Yeah.
we should do
She's
a
amazing.
trip to Disney, and you guys could like podcast.
Oh
Times
my God,
Square
we
or
should.
something.
That'd be cool.
I think we could do like a total budget Disney. Like,
We should
you guys
do
could
Disney
like, a
World.
thing. I'm down, dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if we don't get a house in the next like 2 months, we're gonna do a 2-week Florida trip.
That would be amazing.
I'm just gonna blow my money like an idiot.
I heard
Idina Menzel.
Idina Menzel. Idris Elba.
Yeah, Idris Elba. She's
you-
got some pipes.
To fall back a little bit, like I know what you're saying about. I've heard awful rumors about
Don't do it. Don't
Sir
do
Walt
it, Eric.
Disney about
No.
he may have been like a card carrying member of the Nazi Party and all this blah blah blah.
No.
But what I'm saying is that I don't buy any of that. Like I
We're gonna
really
Google
think
it.
that this guy was just one of the good ones.
He
And
was a humanitarian
Have you
that
guys-
wanted to bring the world together.
have you guys seen Saving Mr. Banks? It's on Netflix.
I
right
want
now.
to. I want to watch it, but
So
I have
Tom
not.
Hanks plays Walt Disney in that movie,
What?
He has
How
the
did I
little
not heard
mustache.
of this?
right?
You never
watch
heard
it? It's
of
on
that?
Netflix. You
No.
should watch
Oh
it.
my god.
It's about I forget what her name. Idris
Elba.
So it's about the writer Idris Elba who wrote Mary Poppins.
I love
forget
Mary.
her. P.L. Travers.
Can we
P.L.
pause
Travers.
for just a second?
Yeah.
New Mary Poppins.
New Mary Poppins
Have you seen it?
is tears. It is
Oh my
the
God,
most
so good.
beautiful movie
So
I've ever
good.
seen in my life. It takes you really out of the horrible world that we're in and puts you back into this Mary Poppins world. And I would recommend, I mean, since we bought it recently came out on Amazon, we pretty much watch it every day. It's a beautiful movie.
So good. And total good tribute to it,
Yes.
right?
Oh my God, so great.
Yeah, not a remake. It's a total parallel. I don't want to give too much
so it's
away.
like a separate story.
And oh my God, when Dick Van Dyke shows up in the end, does a little dance.
You just ruined
cry
it.
every
That's
time.
like
Spoilers.
Easter egg.
Spoilers. Sorry.
Yeah.
That makes me want to watch it more, though.
Oh, it's so
so
good. It's literally as good as the original.
Yeah, I don't know if
Wow.
you need to be an old school Mary Poppins fan to enjoy it, but it helps.
Yeah. Well, I think.
That's cool.
Yeah. See, Britain.
They do like old school Disney animation, right? And the musical numbers are amazing. Like
So good.
it really is. Like it was an experience when I went to go see it. Like I cried a couple times during the movie, and like I'm one of the more manlier men you'll ever meet in your life. I'm pretty manly.
You're kind of a man's man.
I'm
yeah.
like stoic.
As you can tell by
and
his
man,
shirt that
yes,
has
as you can
like
tell by me.
flowers, and it's really cute.
But
actually.
I became a weepy-eyed fellow that whole movie. It is so good, and I can't recommend it enough.
So
Please go
good.
see it.
Please tell John to watch it.
You haven't seen it yet?
No, he wouldn't watch it the other night.
Especially
with me.
if you're into musicals. This movie is amazing.
Oh, there you go. No, he didn't want to go. I went to the theaters by myself to
Did
watch
you?
it. Yeah, like all by myself.
I
Visit
went-
the theater by
I
yourself.
hope you guys don't mind, but we might have a special guest number 2. We're gonna boot Mary out of here.
Is
You
he
can't boot
Irish?
me out. I'm ready.
I don't know. I feel like she's
She's under
kinda-
contract.
I feel like she's like the most.
I
She's
know.
like the star now.
She is the star.
Eric loves me more than my own husband.
She-
Like the lady
She
from
has
Paramore.
the main mic. She has the recording. You know what? We're gonna have to
By the
set this
way,
up into a 4-person.
My
podcast.
favorite cheap beer is Keystone.
Keystone.
Keystone is a good
Keystone. Yes, it's good.
All right. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Mary, for coming in.
You are.
I get applause.
I'm sorry, but you are gonna be a regular podcaster,
Ladies and gentlemen, Mary
Right?
Murphy.
right? You guys think that Mary should be a regular
I
podcaster?
think she could. I think we need to have a Mary Murphy
We
segment.
need
the
a-
internet says about the beer.
well,
We need a feminine point of view.
well,
for sure.
everyone's gonna start kicking me out, so it's gonna start being the sandwich with Mary in the middle.
Mary in the middle.
Mary in the middle.
Mary in the middle. It's a good one.
She'll just always be in the middle.
We'll just have like a little Mary segment at the end where she comes in and does her opinion. It'll be called Mary in the Middle.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Well, the thing is,
It's like, you know what really
she has
grinds my
opinions.
gears?
She has opinions,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Typical.
now everyone's quiet because Mary's not here.
I don't even know. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, it's kind
Fuck
of
yeah.
died down now.
Well, I got a
think I'm
growler of
gonna go
beer.
home.
Does that help?
Let's do that. Is it Irish?
No.
Hey, yo.
Perfect.
Give me that growler.
Ireland. I don't know if you know about like after having this, maybe I need to try some more. I'm not impressed. Ireland.
Or there's only one beer that's worthy of drinking.
I can see
Do you
that.
need more
We're
beer?
at 2 hours and 17 minutes. I do, but I have to go to the bathroom yet again.
All right.
I'm
Well,
going to set this Guinness aside.
Sure.
Not to all the Guinness fans out there. I'm sorry. But that's one beer that will not be drinking today.
No. I don't agree with Mary. The Guinness and Murphy. I mean, there's little similarities, but
I found the Murphy one to be better than the Guinness.
More
for
flavorful.
sure. Is this where we're going to line up, though? Is this it?
you know what? If you had my opinion, I mean, this was Bud Light. You know what? Oh, that's a crazy.
Did everybody really like the Wexford that much where it's 2?
But did you like it more or less than the Murphys?
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Where would you put the lager, the Bud Light of Irish beer?
I would put it probably where it's at.
And where would you put the Murphys? Like just barely above Guinness?
That's the. I would say that the Murphys and the Harp are neck and neck for sure.
But you know what? If I am judging this, I would binge drink the Harp.
Okay, I could see that.
I would not binge drink the Murphys.
That's true. That is true.
And I would possibly, let's just say there was Harp. I'd be like, you know what? I would buy that for my friends to drink on.
Yeah.
You know, if we had like a barbecue, some hot summer day, Murphy's, I probably wouldn't buy it.
But if I wanted to impress my friends and let them have a good time, I would definitely pick Smithwick's Red Ale.
Yeah, it's great beer.
That's the winner tonight.
It was great beer. I liked it. It was everything I wanted in a beer.
It's good. Now I just got to ask you one question. Where's the trigger, John Man? Where's the trigger?
The millions
And
millions of people watching around the world. We're about ready to pour another.
When we went to go see Captain Marvel the other day, we saw a trailer for
Fighting with my family?
That does look pretty good though. I was talking about the 16th Fast and the Furious movie, Hobbs and Dobbs or whatever. I don't know. How do you feel about those movies? I don't think I've ever seen anyone but the first one. Why are there so many? Like, what am I missing?
I've seen all of them, but I categorize them as with like Transformers popcorn movies.
Okay.
You put it on, you watch it. Okay, it's a good one-time flick, but other than that, it's just.
Would you recommend? Like, should I be like, oh, Eric, I have to understand the mythology of Fast and the Furious?
I mean, there is an arc, so it is pretty. I've watched them all, so it's pretty. It's not like as in depth as like the Avengers, but there is an arc, so it's kind of interesting. I mean, if you're into that type of thing, like this is like the car people's Avengers.
I mean, we saw the trailer and we were like laughing and stuff, and it looked pretty good. So yeah, I don't know. Like maybe I should give it a try. How many Fast and the Furious are there, John Thurston?
I think 6.
I think there's about 17.
1, Too Fast. You got Tokyo Drift. You got Fast and Furious. You got
Too Fast, Too
5.
Furious, Fasting,
Fast Furious.
Back to the Fast.
So the Hobbs one, that's the first spin-off.
Okay, because it says that's how it's listed as Fast and the Furious presents Hobbs and Dobbs or whatever it's
Hobbs
called.
and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Calvin and Hobbs.
They just dropped the whole premise and they're like,
Well, but they're making another Fast and the Furious proper with Vin Diesel, but I don't think Dwayne The Rock Johnson's going to be in it.
No, they don't get along, right?
No,
I don't think so.
Well, that and like Tyrese and him had like this big thing. It's like Tyrese is like, oh, you're taking money from my family. It's like, bitch, if you were a better star,
Right?
I'm sorry that Dwayne The Rock Johnson's the biggest thing that happened since fucking sliced bread.
You're not going to be able to go up against the charisma of Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I'm sorry, Tyrese.
Tyrese is like,
Maybe-
but
Maybe get
it
Buffer.
doesn't matter what you think.
Tyrese has an interview like that R. Kelly interview where he's like, everyone in my life. Ever seen that one?
I'm fighting for my life.
It doesn't matter if you fought for your life. You're about ready to hear the smack-a-down.
And all the Rudy Poo Fast and the Furious fans out there.
Rudy Poo, something. God damn, Alaska Airlines, get the fuck out of here. Unless you want to give me free
Get out of here.
You know what we should have done, guys? And I didn't know it happened because it happens quick every single year. Emerald City Comic-Con was this weekend. And I didn't go.
And they had all the surviving members. I don't know if anybody's dead, but all the surviving members of Boy Meets World, which I watched Boy Meets World for a minute. It was good. I don't know if anybody else did.
So next year we should go and
Disney
definitely
show?
do, maybe.
John and I went 2 years ago.
Did you?
Yeah, we went and saw.
It was kind of like a Marvel Comic-Con.
Yeah.
You know, if our YouTube channel gets big enough, we could get like media passes.
We went
and
to
stuff
the
for that.
Elysium Brewery too beforehand, didn't we?
Elysian?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, I love Elysian.
Yeah.
So if our YouTube video, if we get big enough, we get like media passes and stuff for that.
That'd be great. That'd be great. It was good. Yeah, I think it was right before Infinity War, and we saw like
We could do podcasts inside the hotel.
Vision and Scarlet Witch.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland was there.
Tom Hiddleston was there.
Rainn Wilson was there.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, we went. It was crazy. It's cool.
Got the
If
beard.
you smell.
Maybe next year. Next year we'll be down for that.
So I was 2 hours and 23 minutes. Do you want to maybe go to like 2:30?
Oh, someone has
2.5
the hiccups.
hours? Yeah, I do.
Someone's got the
Jesus.
hicks.
Ugh.
Someone's got the hicks.
Oh, the hiccups.
You can tell the youngin of our group.
He does not agree with Irish beer.
No.
No, I guess not.
I guess that's probably
Um,
the best review you can give is your hiccups out of all of them. I didn't find these beers to be hiccupy at all.
No.
Actually, I'm a little bit.
They got me hicking.
No, I think yeah, I don't know. Or maybe we need to have like a theme every time of different kinds of beers.
Well,
What else is there?
Well, we got.
We can do Mexican beer.
Well, it is
we can
coming
just
up.
travel the
next,
world,
right? You know.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. Which
Mexican beers would be good.
or not good,
Or
just
not
like
good.
Irish beer.
They're not going to be this eclectic, probably. We'll have,
So we'll start off
Dos
the
Equis.
episode.
Corona, some Modelo, some Pacifico.
Mhm.
A lot easier to find.
That's how we'll start the Cinco de Mayo episode.
Oh, what I could bring to the table is Tecate served with tahine on
Ooh,
the rim. Tahine is a Mexican chili sauce where you rub the rim with tahine, hot pepper sauce, and then you pour your Tecate in there and you drink it, and it's really good. Yeah, it's like a lemon chili sauce. It's really
So
good.
before we kind of like get off and when we're done with this episode, what'd you guys think of the in-game trailer?
Let's talk about that for 1 minute.
Let's talk about it for a second.
I
Who
was
wants to go
kind
first?
of, I was happy because it didn't spoil anything, and I'm okay with that.
Or
but-
did it?
Or did it?
But I was kind of disappointed because I was stoked to see new stuff, and it was mostly just recordings of like previous movies.
But did you notice they were black and white?
Yes.
It's like
With a little bit of
foreshadowing.
red color.
Yeah. Foreshadowing they're going to be doing time travel.
Mhm.
It's like pretty much fact now.
Well, yeah, because they have Scarlet Witch in there, and some scenes she has blonde hair, and some she has red.
Yeah.
So obviously something's happening here.
Oh,
interesting.
And then there
That's a
was
fact.
this, which I loved this. So, like the whole Winter Soldier, the fuck is going on out there?
Somebody's shooting out there, which
you
is
hear
odd
the
for
pop,
Southern.
pop, you
I
do
would
the drop,
imagine
drop.
somebody would be shooting out in the Pacific Northwest, but not in the palatial California state that we're in right now. It's
exactly.
weird.
The state of oranges, that's not
Yes.
Florida.
Weird.
All of your Florida oranges comes from California. You know what? That's
Deal with
fucked
it.
up.
Deal with it.
But one scene that just put a smile on my face was, how in like Winter Soldier and then or not Winter Soldier, but Civil War, it was all about the government getting in and doing all that thing. What I loved about this trailer was everyone was wearing the Avengers uniform at the very
Yes,
end.
That was cool.
They
That's really cool.
they all finally united.
This
Which
is
was
the
cool.
culmination of everything, man. It's called culmination of everything.
Oh yeah, their power suit. So you think that black and white was? I can't stop hiccuping.
All right, John.
Then-
John, hold on. I'm going to give you my very secret hiccuping recipe on how to hiccup. All right, look at me. Look at me. Look at me!
Are you listening?
All right.
Swear to me.
Swear to me.
Do you
All right.
feel in charge?
John,
right now,
look at me.
John?
I'm looking.
Look at. Do you hear me?
Very close.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
Hiccup. 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 Do it. Hiccup. Hiccup.
You
Try
want
it.
me to hiccup?
Yes. Hiccup. No, not fake. Do
Oh.
it in real life. Real life. Hiccup. Hiccup. Give me a real hiccup. Do it.
This is my
Do it.
mattering.
Hiccup. Hiccup, John. I bet you can't do it. Give me
He's
one.
done this
I have
for
to
me.
say something
Give it.
important.
No, give it to me. Come on. Where's your hiccup? John.
You're working.
John. Hiccup.
Give it to me.
Hiccup.
Give it to
Hiccup.
me.
John, look at me.
Ah.
Hiccup.
Bill
Hiccup.
Cosby wants you to.
Why can't you hiccup? Why can't you hiccup, John?
can't.
John, hiccup. Do it, damn it.
Because
John,
I got no
hiccup.
place else to
Hiccup.
go.
Hiccup. John.
My diaphragm is now in place.
All right.
Thank you.
Back to where we were.
Oh, can we get on with the show now?
That actually worked.
Yeah.
Of course it worked.
That was weird.
So anyway,
Hiccups are in your mind, apparently. I'm waiting for the hiccup.
I'm
Go
waiting
on,
for it
say
too.
your words,
I'm waiting
and I'm
for it
waiting
too.
for it.
It's not coming. You're welcome.
nothing. It's amazing.
Wow.
He's done it to me before. It's because he's really persuasive.
Yeah, the The aggressive tone really makes you gasping, I guess.
Because he's like asking you to hiccup, but he's like doesn't want you to hiccup, so you know that, and it's a mind fuck.
Yeah, your brain just fucking takes a dump.
He confuses your mind in a way that you don't hiccup anymore. Confuses your diaphragm, or relaxes.
Like a
itself.
hypnotist.
I'm sorry to say, except
You're welcome.
thank you, copyright infringement laws. No,
This
it's
is demonetized.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Avengers Endgame is gonna be the greatest movie of all time. Because I can watch
of all time.
I can watch.
Are you still
Infinity
messing with that
War.
maraca?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that what that is?
When are they gonna have a
John's drunk.
Mexican superhero? Like his entrance
Nacho
will
Libre,
be-
man. Jeff
Libre.
Nacho Libre.
That's never happening.
You love about.
We're not that
I
far.
want Brown Panther.
We're not that far yet.
Do you love my compression? Because no matter how loud we get, it takes it.
Yeah, it takes it right down. It's great. So you can't tell how out of control we really are.
Every time the Mexican superhero will come out, and you'll just hear like.
I thought.
Picked the
all right,
wrong.
you know what?
I thought.
You know what?
I thought at the end of Infinity War that he got his hammer back. My son pointed out that is still the Stormbreaker, and he's right. I think it's still. Right.
He never got the hammer back.
No,
thought
it's dead.
I thought.
Mjolnir is dead.
I thought the very end when he was like, whoosh, and you got it. I thought that was the hammer, and that was the selling point. But it's just a Stormbreaker. He's absolutely
just the
right.
Stormbreaker. It's like
Oh,
Mjolnir
man,
times
amazing.
two.
That's
you
true.
know,
That's true.
I do love Ragnarok. That was one
Ragnarok.
of my
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Ragnarok, whatever. However you say.
I love that
Dude,
movie.
that is for one a really good buddy movie, but that was a really good coming out movie for Thor.
Yeah.
Like really diving into his true
By
power.
far the best of the Thor movies for sure.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
easily.
Yeah.
The second one was very forgettable.
Well, so was the first one. Like the
Yeah.
second one was so forgettable, I forgot it was a Thor movie, and when I actually watched it again, I was like,
Oh yeah,
and then I forgot about it again. What was it, like?
all I remember is some
Winter or-
like red smoke.
Yeah, it was terrible.
So Captain Marvel, you go see it. It's very steeped in '90s culture.
Very earthy.
It's very earthy. You hear it, and like the soundtrack alone is great because like you'll just be watching the movie and like Salt and Pepper's "What a Man" will come on, or TLC's "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls" will come on. Yeah. So in that way, they got. I don't know if I'm like biased. In that way, it got me. It got to me. I'm like, yeah. I know that you're gonna have it your way or no way at all.
How are they gonna get the
But I
parents in
think
the
you're
seats?
moving too fast. That's what I sing to my kid every night. My 15-year-old kid. I think you're moving too fast.
So, I have
Why
this.
you sing that to me, Dad? I just love the song.
It's the '90s version of Cats in the Cradle.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
Honestly, it is. It is.
Which my dad sat me in a room. Well, not like a bigger room than this because we come from a music family. He sat me in a room and he was like, "All right, son, or John, whatever he said. I want you to
John
listen
boy.
to this. I want you to really listen to these lyrics, right?" And he brought me to it. Cats in the Cradle. I listened to him, and then he like, if I didn't grasp some of it, he explained it to me, and then I was like, "Man, this is the saddest fucking song ever."
You know what else is good?
Wow,
too?
he really like exposed you to that
Oh yeah, he
deeper
explained
level.
like the Puff the Magic Dragon, dude.
What do you think this is about, son?
It's definitely not about weed.
Doing drugs?
Definitely not.
It's about a boy and his magic dragon.
It's about a boy and his magic dragon growing
What the
up,
fuck
and
are
then
you talking
all of a
about?
sudden he's too adult for that. And my dad did that to me with Puff the Magic Dragon too. My dad is like when I was at a young age. I'm sorry, if you are younger than 7 and you're watching this, you shouldn't be watching this. But I'm about ready to spoil something for you. Santa Claus isn't real. So my dad at a young age
Fake news.
came to me and was like, "Son, Santa Claus is not real." Like I was like 6, 7 years old. He's like, "I am Santa Claus. I am the one that busts my ass every single day to buy you these presents.
I am the one who knocks.
So these presents, of course, you don't know what they are because they're presents. But Santa Claus didn't come from a magical place and bring you these presents. So don't go glorifying Santa Claus. Like,
it was my hard work, sweat from my brow.
Exactly. So he's like, if you're going to be good for somebody, don't be good for Santa Claus, be good for me. Like help me out instead of Santa Claus.
New topic. Eye-opening song. The most eye-opening song you ever heard. Like sad too. That like, actually gets to you. One for me is along the same lines as Cats in the Cradle too. Is by a little band called Creedence Clearwater Revival, and it's called Someday Never Comes. So how it goes is like first thing I remember is asking Papa why. There are many things I didn't know. So what it's all about is like his dad telling him that like even like it goes through like the whole song like goes through like why his dad's I think it's kind of written from his point of view, where it's like, he's on tour and he's never around and he can't be around his kid, but it's always like, like this is all happening, but someday when you get older, you'll understand. Like that's how the chorus goes, like someday you'll understand. And it goes, I'm here to tell you, someday never comes. Like he's always saying like someday you'll understand, but he's like, now that I'm older, I can tell you someday never comes. You'll never know why. Yeah, it's so sad.
So that song for me is Cats in the Cradle because
that's heavy.
Of course my dad told
Cats in the cradle in the silver spoon.
But it's always talking about how the generation, what happens is the father was never there.
Yeah.
Right.
And then when he wants to be there, the son doesn't have any time for him.
Exactly. Mind blown. And then what about the song? It is just a repeat cycle.
Yeah, it just keeps going.
Because the son becomes the man.
Yeah.
And now the son is the man that had never had time.
The student's now the teacher.
Exactly. And now he doesn't have time for his kids. And now the cycle never ends.
The student becomes the master.
So treat your kids well so they have time for you when you get older. That's what it's all about.
Well, and it's about like trying to find time for your kids or for the people. It's not just about your kids though. It's about the.
Sorry, to get sad.
No, it's about the people you love though. It's not just about like. Of course, you love your kids, but it's about the people you love around you too. Like
it's really like that age-old thing, man. Like freaking, like you really have to find time. This is all. If you guys watch Queer Eye on Netflix, it's all about.
Always goes back to Queer Eye.
Obviously, we have like our own business and stuff we have to take care of, but you really have to put that time in. So like especially with your kids, that they understand the importance of family, because that's really all you ever have to go back to is family. And you really have to keep those ties minded, because the people that stick with you, and I'll even throw John Man into this, like the people that stick with you through your life and stuff like that, through good times and bad, are going to be the people that are most likely to stick with you in the future too.
Yeah, I agree with that, man.
You really have to growing up and living your life. You really have to make these ties and these bonds with people, because like you really need people to count on in your life and stuff. And
well, you do,
that's
man.
special when you find people that you can count on. That's like the best thing.
Well, the thing is about like with me and my wife, right? We don't plan on having kids.
Mm-hmm.
So, but work can get in the way of like hanging out.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's finding those moments that you're able to hang out and have those special times with your significant other or your kids or however. But it's not just about, the small family ties. It's about like what's super close to you too. Yeah. Like me and my wife, we work all the time.
And it's easy to get lost in that strug too, man. It's really easy.
It is. And if we don't find time for us, there's no time, because another week goes by and then another 2 weeks goes by. And all of a sudden we're 40, 50, 60 years old, retiring. Like, oh, where did
time go?
What was
I even working for?
Exactly. Oh, the glory years. No, the glory years we just passed.
Yeah.
Like we should have been like doing more stuff. So I calculated every single day I have off from my job. And I was like, all right, So I have 124 days off a year, which is pretty much 1/3 of a year. So I work 2/3 of a year, or yeah, 2/3 of a year. So I have 124 days off
Mm-hmm.
versus 365. So it's like I need to make best of those 124 days. If I don't, like,
That's all you got, man.
it is all you got. And then you'll notice, like, perception of time. Like, so when you were a kid, and this is crazy, and this is where stuff starts getting really fucked up, is your perception of time. So when you're a kid, everything seems like it's taken a long time to develop, right? Because, oh my gosh, school's taking so long, or oh my God, like this vacation or whatever is taking so long. But when you're a kid, your perception of time is so different because you've only lived so long of a life. So when you're
one year when you're 2 years old is 50% of your life.
Yeah,
So it
but
feels
now-
like 50% of your
now
life.
I am over 30 years old,
1 year is
and like
1/30th.
1/30th of my life, and my perception of time is so much different. That's why everything moves so fast for me.
It seems like things go by so fast nowadays too.
That's exactly how it is.
Yeah.
It's because your perception of time is so much different because you view time, you've already lived 30, 40 plus years compared to when you're 15 years old and you're like, oh yeah, I've lived 15 years. Or back then when you were a kid, you've lived 5 years. Those 5 years, if you were 5 years old or 10 years old, those 10 years were your whole life.
Yeah.
I have 3 of those now. And my perception of that time is completely different. That's why everything moves so fast.
Yeah,
And it is moving fast
for sure.
because your perception realizes that. And that's how the brain works. And it's crazy, man. So you got to take advantage of that perception of time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know, and then that's something to think about, man, when you're doing these, your dates with your children or your dates with your girlfriend, your significant other. You got to think about that perception. Like, how is that perception going to, how are you going to view that perception of time in your mind when you do these things? Because you want those,
That's why this podcast is so important for me, to have something to connect to, something to look. I took a really good look at myself recently and realized I don't have like a lot to look forward to. I guess like I made my life all about other people's lives. Like same thing like with the band and stuff like that. Like I always figured there'd be time enough for that stuff later, but there really isn't, man.
There's
there
not.
really is not time
There's
for
really
that
not.
stuff later. Like you really need to take a hold of things and realize that like now, here and now and stuff, that's what matters. Like don't live
Now is the time.
don't live like in the future, which is my problem. Like what's going to happen down this line? Live for now, like, and enjoy your time now. Like you can't count on there being time to enjoy stuff later.
Well, yeah, like, I might spill the beans a little bit and maybe get a little bit of trouble for this, but like Mary, she was always like, like when our band,
Yeah.
when we had our band, it was always, it was always like, you have so much time for your band. All you focus on is your band. Right. And it was truth. It was truth. All I focused on was the band. And that's all I did was focus on the band. I let every single fabric of my being focus on the band. And that was either where I dedicated that focus, whether that I dedicated that focus to making sure Eric was still in the band and people were still practicing and all that. I dedicated every single focus of my being to that band. Right. And then once the band dissipated and everything, like I wasn't lost, but it was almost like a freeing, enlightening experience of like, I have been supported through a lot, which Mary has supported me through everything that I've ever done. And there comes to a point to where you need to not just think about yourself, but so in a long way, I'm going to get back to what you were saying.
Yeah.
All right. So going full blown 100%, that's all you think about, to being an actual productive member of your family. and then going back into doing something for yourself. And that's where I'm at as well, is like actually doing something for yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what gets me excited, is because, you know, sometimes I focus, like it's very easy for me to focus just on one thing. But what I like about this is I'm able to dabble a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'll dabble with the sound, or I have the sound equipment. So I'll dabble with a little bit of things, make it sound a little bit better, make it more enjoyable for our listeners to listen to. But that gives me enough of what I used to have and what my dreams were when I was dreaming to be a rock star. That's all I was, you know. But this gives me enough of that old passion,
Yeah,
to where it kind of fulfills like some of those past urges.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because
for sure.
like I used to be in a band with you,
Yeah.
and like all I could think about was
A good band, by the way.
a good band, and all I could think about was band. How am I? Because whether you think it or not, I always thought of myself as the center of the band. I was always
He
the
was.
one connecting everybody and making sure everything happened.
John was the heart and soul of our band, for sure.
And
Glue.
I tried my hardest to make that happen. And it sacrificed a lot of what my relationship was at home.
Mhm.
Not a lot. Like Mary is an amazing person. She dealt with it.
Still here.
And she is still here. She's an amazing person. She dealt with that. But like my 100% focus was that band. Nothing else. I started a business to become a better band member. So I didn't have to have a regular job, right? The podcast, what we got going on right now, gives me enough of that
It's a taste. for
without
sure.
diving so far deep that I get lost into it.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to have the like work-life balance.
Yeah, and that's why I love this, and that's why, you know, having time for yourself. This is time for myself, and I
it's
love
special
this.
that we're on our third week.
It
We're our
is.
third week.
Hey.
And I love that my wife is probably going to take over the podcast. I'm going to have to start my own because you guys will kick me out. Mary's way more interesting. Let's get her in here instead of John.
Mary Eric John's show.
It's what I've learned and stuff. Like, I really wish that I had the emotional and I don't know, just the support that I have now back then when we were in the band. I feel like we could have made, if I would have had that, I feel like we could have made more of a dent and stuff. But it's like no use to dwell on that kind of stuff now.
That's really not, man.
So now, like, we have this, and this is pretty cool. I like it.
No, it is cool. Like,
This is kind of makes me happy. But I had to go through like a lot of my things, and yeah, like I was saying before and stuff, I realized that I need more things to look forward to doing because I don't have a lot of that. I don't have a lot of things like I look forward to doing every week and stuff. And like I realize you need that, like in order to live a functional life. You need things that you're happy and look forward to doing and want to do. And like, God, I can't wait to do this like this week and stuff. And I feel like this podcast is kind of like that.
I agree, man, because
yeah.
I like doing this.
Yeah.
And I look forward to this every single week. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you. I'm not going to name drop, but our last singer invited me to be a part of his band
Oh, did he?
because they need a drummer.
He didn't invite me. I know he's in a Stone Temple Pilots band.
Oh my
I hung out with him
God.
not too long ago.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it. I was like, that's not a commitment I'm ready for.
Mhm.
Like, I don't want to be in a cover band playing shows all the time and doing all this stuff. Like, that does not sound fun to me anymore.
Mhm.
This, talking, being personable, like, I feel like I get way more connection from talking with you guys than I ever did being in a band.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you out there.
And you, of course.
It's a new medium, man.
It is.
It's a medium that like 1990s it was so huge for, in the 80s it was so huge for bands because that was the best way you could really get your voice out there and have people listen. But nowadays we have the internet and shit. We can hit the old podcast button.
It's a different world for sure, band wise.
Yeah, it's a whole. We have a band right now. It's just we're not playing any instruments.
Dude, that's the perfect way to
It
put
is.
that.
Yeah.
We are in a band.
We are in a band.
Pretty
Hey.
fucking awesome band, too.
That's what's up.
Mr. Hiccup over here.
It's gone. You got rid of him for me. Yeah, I feel that way sometimes too.
We have John Man to the left of me, John Boy to the right. But one day you will be a man, I promise you.
Yeah.
So-
I gotta get married, I think.
So when you
Maybe.
become John Man, like, what do I become? John Elder?
John Elder,
Uh,
John Gramps, John Pa,
Great John.
Lord John?
Lord John, I think
Lord
that's a good
John?
one.
John the Great.
I think
Great
Lord
John.
John's a good.
Or
one.
John the Great's good too.
Yeah, that's good.
John the Great.
I think we should
John himself.
We
You
should
know-
have we should have a ceremony when that's time, when you're ready to become a man.
Yeah, there will be 2 promotions going on that day.
John Boy! I now pronounce you John of the Man.
When I get married and like have my first kid or something.
You feel in
Hey,
charge.
hey, don't feel like you have to have kids to be a man. I am very well out of the kids. Dude, if you
No, I
fucking-
do like kids. I like your kids.
All
I just
you have
don't
to
want
do, all you
mess
have
with
to
them.
do is not have the hiccups every time you drink. And then
Well,
you'll
the thing is,
become-
man, like, you could live a very happy, fulfilling life without kids.
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
kids. I'll be honest with you, they complicate things. They do.
They
Me
do
and Mary,
complicate
we
things
are-
a bit.
Their
on
problems
our,
become your problems.
we are on our 600th. I think tomorrow will be our 601 week. Only because some weird. So I have a Napoleon Dynamite at my work, right?
Mhm.
And he's really into numbers. Like
Mm.
everything has to be a number, top 10, top this. We're 900 days from this, 900. He's like, so John, how long have you been married to your wife? And I was like, oh, we got married this day, or we got together this day. So he's like, man, you were on your 600th week anniversary.
Dang.
So
Idiot savant. All right.
yeah, savant, man. He's pretty much. So anyway, I am on my 600
500 weeks.
1 week anniversary, and we don't have kids. And I like some people. It's really cool for them to have kids. They are just natural born kid raisers,
Yeah.
and they're good
Like, we want
fathers,
kids. We
good
want them
parents, good step parents, and everything. And that is amazing. But like, there's some that just
Yeah.
shouldn't have kids. And me and Mary are one of those that just. It's not like we
now. Do you
shouldn't.
think? Oh, I was about to ask. Like, do you think you shouldn't have kids?
It's not like we
Which I think
shouldn't,
you
but like
guys are
our lives, like
super
the way
smart.
we are right now. Why?
Yeah.
Like we enjoy our company the way it is.
True.
Like we enjoy our lives the way it is.
Yeah.
Like we like.
Yeah, a
Kids
lot of
do
people-
complicate the matter.
A lot of people feel like that's a thing that you must do in order to reach this level of adultness.
No,
I
that's,
guess.
and that's stupid.
And it's
Like,
like it's
my
the 21st
siblings-
century. Back in the day, like, yeah, you were gonna die at like 35.
And yeah,
you needed to have kids.
And you needed to have kids, and you needed a king, and you needed your bloodline to
Continue.
move forward.
Yeah.
But like, dude, both my siblings, they both have 2 kids apiece, and it's like I don't need kids. I am not the king of a family. Well, actually, I feel like I am the king of the family.
You're the king.
You know, but I'm not passing down anything like significant. Like if I have a super serious amount of money, I'll just spread it across like what family I have left. Like
Yeah.
it's not like I'm gonna go down in the history books or anything. You know?
On a future episode of our podcast, I'll tell you what having kids is like. But it's a long
We'll
story.
have the kids episode.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
Parenthood
and,
episode.
and I am glad to hear it. But on that episode, I will tell you what not having kids is like.
I would love
We'll
to hear
have
that.
2 sides, and then we'll have me deciding
Whether or not to
at
have
the end.
kids.
I have an interesting point of view on this because I have kids,
Yeah.
and I got with a girlfriend, beautiful blonde lady. Oh my god, the most
Yeah,
gorgeous woman you've ever seen in your life. Love her so much.
Second.
Second,
to mine.
yeah, okay, of course. She's so great and so supportive in everything I do, and just everything you would want in a significant other. But like, yeah, she doesn't have any kids, and I do, and that complicates matters too, because like we have these kids now, but she's right there on my side, raising them with me.
That is amazing.
It
man.
is amazing. Like, oh my god, I couldn't ask for a better partner in all this, especially
Yeah.
because like just with everything I've been through and like everything that like
Completely
I
took
have
up the
pretty-
mantle.
Yeah, I have a complicated situation in my life, but she's like right there with me every step of the way.
And that is amazing, man.
Yeah, the most beautiful woman you've ever seen in your life.
You know,
she's great.
No. The thing is, the beauty doesn't. It's not.
Well, not in terms of like,
So
I mean, she is, physically gorgeous.
She is physically gorgeous, but the beauty is
top of the line
is what like
internally she's gorgeous too. Like
what? Yeah,
so
exactly.
supportive of me being here right now,
man.
and just
and that is
just
amazing,
there.
man.
I wish I would
like,
have had that a lot sooner in my life. I guess.
Yeah.
If everyone had the relationship that you and Emily have,
yeah,
be a lot less violent.
I wish I had
for
it
sure.
before. That's all I'm saying.
But the thing is, you found it now.
Yeah.
And that's what matters.
No
is
regret.
now.
No regrets.
Yeah,
You know,
and the
what matters is
experiences
now.
you had are what made you who you are and made you capable of having this relationship in the first place.
Yeah, it's great.
It was awesome.
Cheers.
Cheers. Should we wrap it up?
I like your.
I think so. I think we're at 3 hours almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 hours and 54 minutes.
I would like to thank everybody for sitting with us on this latest podcast.
Yeah, if you made it this far, you are a VIP in our eyes, and
We're gonna keep it
fucking
going.
awesome.
And I think we're taking this. Yeah, we're gonna keep it going and keep it lively, and everyone have a sandwich.
Yeah.
Keep getting drunk.
Till next week, right?
Yeah,
Next week?
Till next week.
Next week?
Beautiful.
All right.
Like clockwork.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. We're out, but you can probably hear me.